in the place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two in this cozy bar where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? That'd be just swell. Monday, nice snow. I thought so as well. My lord said let there be light, and there was light. Bonjour, Patrice. They're not even French, they're Spanish, aren't they? Or South American anyway. Hola, Patrice. It is, I think the snow is very nice, it suits it. It's not too showy or too snowy or too blowy, but it's growy. Grew on me. Apologies for the voice. As I mentioned in today's video, because I've not been well, the voice has been here, there and bloody everywhere. Some days I can sound like Brian Blessed. Other days you can't hear me, I sound like a church mouse. Nice hat it is. It's a little bit, I don't know, Indiana Jones-ish maybe, I don't know. And they smell amazing. More cedarwood. Oh man, such a great smell there. Such a great smell. It's fantabuloso, as I think they say in Japan. How are you anyway? Are you full of the joys of spring? Joey, how you doing, bud? You okay? How's things over there? Have you got much storm going on? There's storms all over Europe at the moment. Which is, and we're getting used to it now. But they're just absolutely everywhere. Steve-o. Wheelie bins going sideways down the street and things like that. It's mad. Holiday tomorrow. Lovely stuff. It's my mum and dad's anniversary today. 52 years. 52. How mad's that? Storms hitting certain areas there. You shouldn't get too much where you are. Be thankful. It's getting really stupid here. But you know that's weather for you, isn't it? Unfortunately, not much you can do about it. Not much you can do. Yes, happy giving of the thanks to all our American friends. Happy anniversary, Mar and Zar, 52 years. In other news, I am 52 in April, so you can see the rush to get me in there. So despite all appearances, I am not actually a bastard. Just telling you. Cheers, cheers, I will let them know. It's a fantastic marriage as well. It's one of those where I get up in the morning, go make myself a cup of tea, and my ma's called me half fella a fat fucker. And then the pair of them are still laughing about it. Oh, 52, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Same with you. How are your parents? Sorry to hear that, but you were married in August 76 and you were born in December 76. Had to be done back then as well, didn't it? There's none of this, let's live together for the next 28 years and see how it goes first. What? Also today is Lancashire Day, so I'm reliably informed. And I was born in Lancashire. In 1973, Liverpool was part of Lancashire. It only became Merseyside, the metropolitan county, the following year in '74. So I'm claiming that as well. So happy Lancashire Day. Now, does Louise celebrate Lancashire Day, or is she Yorkshire? Is she one foot in each? Because they are on the border there, aren't they, in Barlich? Proper Catholics did the same with your oldest daughter, married, or biological daughter, sorry, married February 2009, born May 2009. Now that is getting it in there just about February, May. Yeah. Not much room for error there, is there? Lovely stuff. And I think that's a good month to be born. I was born in April. May's a good month to be born as well. I always think there's something about spring babies. The weather's just starting to turn nice, at least over here anyway. Although, as the saying goes in the UK, is it March? Sorry, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Once you get to April and May, it can be exactly the same. You can start off really nice. The meadows are blooming, and all of a sudden you get snow and Arctic winds and all kinds. So, but I love spring. Spring and autumn are my two favourite seasons. There's something about that birth and regeneration. Summer's in full bloom, winter's fast asleep, but spring and autumn, there's that transition. I love that. Permanent spring or permanent autumn would suit me perfectly. Maybe when I'm Grand Wizard of the Universe at some point I'll be able to organise that for everyone. Marvellous. December's a rubbish month to be born in. I'd say with you, be thankful you were born at an early stage in December rather than people who are born on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or something. Must be horrible. Or alternatively, it must be fantastic because there's just celebration everywhere, there's lights everywhere, everyone's in a festive mood, in a party mood, and you bounce along just thinking to yourself, right, go on, let's get into this. Let's have jelly and ice cream. The kids still have jelly and ice cream on birthdays. They should do. Joe, yours is 5 days before Christmas. Right, so the Decemberists are not happy with the birthdays. I'm quite happy with mine. My daughter was born on the 1st of April, my little April Fool. That doesn't seem to have bothered her either. But to be fair, I think at my age and what I've gone through, seeing any birthday, no matter when it was, I'd be quite happy. There was an article in the paper. Jinxie sent me a link to it actually. West Street and the health minister was talking about strokes, and there was some details, and the one I had, you can get a trans-ischemic attack, which is a blockage, and then you can have a hemorrhagic stroke where the blockage bursts. Mine burst. There's only a 60% survival rate, which I know sounds really, really good. If you're a betting man, 60% sounds great. It's better than 50-50, obviously. But just seeing it written down, you only had a 60% chance of getting through this. No bueno, man. One of the worst winters was March 47. Grandad was digging his way out of the village when your mum was born on the 17th on Paddy's Day. We had some, we'll say we had some, I wasn't even born, we had some crazy winters in the UK. Back in the day, was 67, was that one of them, or 63? There's times when the River Thames froze, there were times when the Mersey froze, which is a tidal river. It's not just fresh water zooming down, it's just salt water coming in as well, froze. People were out there skating and all kinds of weird stuff. It's mad. Yeah, it makes no difference. Lots of expense coming up, small prezzies. You could have been called Carol which would have been far worse with you being Welsh as well, because it wouldn't be Carol, would it be Carol with 17 R's? All right, Carol, it's happening. Where was you going when I saw you coming back? I don't know, man, I'd fucking been, hadn't I? Love when Lake Erie freezes, you go up and walk on it. Wow, that must look absolutely insane. I love the fact that they're called lakes, because they are lakes, but they're not really, are they? They're inland seas. They are massive, them things. Must be amazing to watch. Well, amazing to watch. Amazing to walk on as well. Do you get the skates on? The Dutch do all the time. They've got canals all over the country which always freeze, which is why they are so good at Olympic speed skating, because they are pretty much born and then thrown into skates onto canals. It's mad. You can skate from one city to another easily, which they do regularly. Steve, you know, you got no choice, or you have to choose which presents to give Helen for Christmas and then what she gets for her birthday on the 29th. It's a pain in the ass, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, at least you've got a full year to think about it, but I know what us blokes are like. Us blokes end up on the either the 24th on Christmas Eve or on the 28th, the day before the birthday, at a petrol station. I bought you some barbecue briquettes, love. They'll come in handy in June. You're not an ice skater. Try that, it kills your ankles. Yes, I don't think I'd like to try it after having my fair share even of football injuries on the ankles. Nah, not good. Thankfully never broke my ankles, never done anything like that, but I've gone over on them so many times. Ice skates is a crazy thing. They have to be, don't they? It's mad. When you see the speed they get up to, it is crazy. When you see it in real life, you can be driving down the road in the Netherlands, driving down the road fairly quickly, and someone just zooms past you as if you're not there. Some lunatic in an orange suit goes past. What the bleeding hell's happening here? Biggest presents for birthday? Obviously, yes. Not a domestic appliance either. Although that's pretty much a very, very 70s bloke, UK kind of bloke thing, isn't it? Hey, love, I knew you had your eye on a new washing machine. I bought it for you. I didn't have my eye on anything like that. I was looking at diamond earrings. Ah, speaking of 70s, we've mentioned, and I got it wrong plenty of times, the Wheel Tappers and Shunters Club, didn't we? We've mentioned that on this stream a fair amount of times. That is starting. Reruns of that is starting on Talking Pictures TV very soon. The advert was on the other day for it with Bernard Manning. I don't know how much they're going to allow of him on there, because obviously his kind of comedy hasn't aged very well. But a very, very youthful Cannon and Ball were on there. I love Cannon and Ball. Laugh me a laugh, grin me a grin. Just absolutely superb, man. But if you're interested in all that kind of stuff, Norman Collier was on there as well. Who else? There was someone else, I can't remember now. It only flashed up. It was only a quick advert, but well worth checking out. Talking Pictures TV, 328 on Sky. I don't know what it is on Freeview, but interesting to go back and have a look at what the 70s and 80s was like. They'll put a disclaimer. They will do, but I'm not sure they'll get away with some of the stuff he did. You know what it's like. Some things you'll get away with putting a disclaimer on. And speaking of which, again on Talking Pictures TV, Wurzel Gummidge is on there all the time. And it's always got a PG, parental guidance. This is what we watched as kids on our own. Is this not one of the issues? Kids nowadays are not allowed to see any kind of terror. Just minor terror, enough that it gets you over that fear factor. That's why they're all screaming little knobheads. The disclaimer is on, I'm Talking Pictures TV, the disclaimer is on pretty much every single show that's on there, every film. It's mad. But we live in a different world. But interesting to watch though. Because obviously I've not seen that since probably, was it the 80s it finished? Be interesting to see just how funny it was. Bring back the indoor league as well. Ali Ali-o, no worries. Making a tea. Doctor Who watching behind the sofa. That's part of growing up. That's the reason why we can face adversity now the way we can. Because we watch things that were slightly dangerous. I mean, I remember the stream or the was it on the stream where Daniel was talking about Hartley Hare, was it? And some of the kids programs that we watched over in the UK, and some of them, looking at it now, they were horrific. Anything that had like Zelda and the Terrorhawks, you couldn't get away with that nowadays. There'd have to be a warning, a trigger warning before every episode. Just get on with it. Grow up. Literally grow up, man. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to cope with a talking scarecrow. They wouldn't know what one is, but even so, I think they get the hang of it fairly quickly. But it's still, and the voice, John Pertwee's voice in it, it is funny. I forgot how funny it was. And also how rather nice Una Stubbs and Lorraine Chase were in that show. Just saying. But John Pertwee, I used to love that when I was growing up. His slightly silly voice. Brilliant. That's why we ended up the way we are, us Gen Xers. Playgrounds used to have broken glass and dog shit in them. TV used to be slightly scary. You had to grow up fairly quickly. Yes, Lorraine, Luton Airport Chase. She is rather nice in that Victorian clothing that she's wearing. Very pretty lady. So's Una Stubbs, apart from the big red Aunt Sally patches on her cheeks. But it's brilliant, and the language that they use, that sort of weird made up language that you would expect a scarecrow to talk like, was absolutely brilliant. Pipkins, yeah. My name's Pig and I'm hungry. In a thick Brummie accent. All Brummie accents are thick, aren't they? And it's so annoying. Because I know loads of people from Birmingham, well, loads of people from the Midlands in general. They're not stupid. They don't sound thick. I know you mean thick as in a heavy one, but it just seems to be like TV adverts and whatever. It's shorthand, isn't it? We've got a thick character, give him a Brummie accent. We've got a thief, give him a Scouse accent. We've got someone who's a little bit on the edge of legality, make him a Cockney wide boy. Pisses me off, that. Yeah, we used to have, the shows used to have some proper regional voices. Bring that back as well. Not receive pronunciation. Proper old school. We had some great stuff back then. Jamie and the Magic Torch. That can only have been written by people that were survivors of the 60s, I think. I didn't see the new Wurzel. Mackenzie Crook. Mackenzie What's It from Thingy. Mackenzie Crook by any chance from Detectorists from The Office. Yeah. The fact that I got Mackenzie What's It from Thingy. Yeah. Brilliant in Detectorists. If you like Reeves and Mortimer and Whitehouse Go Fishing, and you like comedy and you like that mashed together, Detectorists is your show. It's a lot of gentle humour, which I always thought was shit. When someone says gentle humour, it's like Last of the Summer Wine, where it's not funny. It's not that kind of gentle humour. There's some very biting humour, but it's all done in a really laid back. I think they film a lot of it in rural Essex, which looks gorgeous. Proper British countryside. Loads of nice acoustic guitar playing over it. Brilliant. Detectorists is superb. I would advise you watch it if you haven't watched it already. I knew you meant. Steve did as well. We know. We're not daft. We're not as green as we're cabbage looking, lass. Wayne Rooney, your boys took one hell of a beating. I saw the score. I didn't see any of the goals, but that is an absolute shellacking. There's been a few like that this week, hasn't there? Borough won 6-2. Someone else, there was a 5-0. There was a few in the Champions League last night. It is, as the kids say, mad thing, fam. Hell of a result, that one, though. Gotta be said. Fußball. Ich tut mir leid, Mandy. Poor Wayne. His bird's in the jungle and he's getting slapped around left, right and centre. Saints, second hat-trick of the second hat of the season. I seen Harry Kane just broke a record over in Germany, and I can't remember exactly what the figures were, but I watched him the other week and it said Claudio Pizarro, I think it was, got 38 hat-tricks in 500 and odd games. Harry Kane got 30 odd in 40 odd games or 50 odd games. It's mad. I'll have to find out what that was. It's stunning. His numbers are stunning. He looks a player at Saints, doesn't he? You must have a good scouting system at Norwich. You seem to be able to pick these players up quite easily. Me gusta mucho. Poor Wayne. My ma's absolutely beside herself with Colleen being in the jungle. Apparently she's got a whiteboard in the house where she's put down where the kids should be at any stage of any day, morning, noon and night. And she can't believe it. Yeah, I can't believe it. Multi-millionaires who've got nannies having a system where this is where they've got to be. It's proper scouse mar stuff like, but Kane gets a lot of penalties. He does. I would say for the likes of Bayern Munich and for teams of that ilk, they will get a lot more penalties than the likes of Everton because they get in the penalty box. So just as a natural progression, you will get more penalties. Everton, on the other hand, we moaned about not getting a penalty for 63 games or something. We weren't in the penalty area for about half of them because we're shit. Yes, not poor. Colleen is now independently wealthy anyway. Wayne can make money out of nothing just by putting his pudgy face on something. But to be fair, the two of them are quite intelligent. I know he doesn't sound it the way he talks all the time, but they are two fairly intelligent people, and he is, without a shadow of a doubt, the single most talented player I've ever seen at that age. The age of 15, 16. You know, you can tell sometimes a player coming through the youth system, he's going to be good, and then one of them comes through and you think, this lad is genuinely going to be world class. We could sell him and buy another football club, that's how good he is. And he was. And we managed to keep him for all of a year and a half, was it 2 years, before United got the best of him. But he had that talent in one part of his life and has absolutely milked it. Same as Beckham. When you're that talented like they are, make the most of it. She got stupid money for the jungle. Again, I don't think with her the money is what's important, because they've already got a hell of a lot more money than they need. But it's part of that, the brand, keeping the brand alive. That's why you see Beckham constantly in every bloody advert. He'd be keeping his family, his kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, keeping them sorted for decades to come, and also providing money for his Inter Miami and things like that. And again, my ma's always going mad. Have these people not got enough money? But I think was it Peter Crouch? Might have been him who was saying he had a couple of days worth of work and he'd give it the out work, just sitting around in a studio having a laugh with people, being brought coffee and recording a few sort of adverts and bits and pieces, and he ended up getting hundreds of thousands, which he then gave to charity. So I think if that was me, if I was minted and I didn't need the money, I'd still be doing it, because you'd be able to generate so much cash for things that actually need the money, like Claire's house in Liverpool. That's what you need. Some of the local players, if you can make a lot of money out of advertising, just do it and put the money into a fund and look after people. Give it to charity, great mate. Yeah, Rooney, he did. He went on to become a great player. I've seen a lot of young lads who come through who look amazing. They hit the big time at 18 and they stop trying because they think they've made it. They've got the big Range Rover, they've bought their mum and dad a house, and they're on 50 or 60 grand a week at the age of 18. Don't need to try anymore, I've made it. No, you do need to try. I think, is it 1%? Not even 1%. Something like 3% of all footballers make it as a professional, and then 1% of the 3% go on to play in the Premier League. You haven't made it. You've constantly got to keep on going, otherwise you'll soon find yourself getting knocked down the leagues. He had that. Rooney's the kind of player that would play for free because he loves the game. My dad was like that. He never had an agent. It was always, how much are you offering me? Yeah, go ahead, I'll take it. Or if he felt he was worth a little bit more, he'd ask for it, because he wanted to play. If Everton would have come in for it, he'd have played for nothing, just for the joy and prestige of playing for the badge that he supports. Rooney's like that. The real top players, Ronaldo, Messi, these people are worth probably billions now, to be honest with you. They still have that desire to win football games, to score goals, because that's in their makeup. You cannot make it to the top of any profession without that will to succeed, the drive to push yourself forward, to get through the dark days. If you're a footballer and you've got an injury, you've got to have that will to get through that, to power through it, to do all the work, to do the recovery, to get yourself back to where you were. If you haven't got the right stuff about you, that doesn't happen. That's what happens with these absolute top players. They've got that will. It's amazing. $500,000. Don't say she didn't do it for the money. That is money down the back of the sofa for them lot. They're worth serious cash. $500,000 is a drop in the ocean. But the other thing with them is they know their worth. If you want me to do something for you, I'm not going to turn up for 50 quid and a pork pie, you know what I mean? I know what I'm worth. Pay me and we'll see what happens. Yeah, your favourite footballer, your only footballer quote is Peter Crouch. What would you be if you weren't a footballer? A virgin. But he's a funny lad, him. I like him. He's another. He worked hard at what he got, but and made the most of his. It's not limited ability, but it's a certain level of ability. He punched away above it by trying hard, and understood that it was a lucky joy to be able to play in football and getting paid for it. I was only thinking about this the other day. There was a show, it might have been Sky, about all these academy players, young lads trying to get into the academy, and there was a young lad at Wimbledon, Quayne Bartley, I think his name was. Really skillful centre forward, carrying a bit too much weight, and you look at him thinking, you need to really sort yourself out, because you could go on to become a good international player. I don't know if his family were African or West Indian. Somewhere, you look at him, you might not make it for England, but I can see loads of caps in your future. And I was trying to read about him the other day, what's he up to? And I think he was on loan at Kings Lynn and rang in sick. I can't make it in. And then on his Instagram, he was in Dubai. I'm thinking to myself, these players, they want Premier League money for doing Sunday League effort. Just stupid. The opportunity, one season in the Premier League, and you should have enough money to be able to retire. But they still haven't got, just want to be taking pictures of the dinner in Dubai rather than putting the effort in. Feckin' Egypt. Wayne Routledge, he was a fantastic player. Where is he today? Is he still playing? Last time I saw him, he was at Swansea. Really good player, him. But yeah, I remember that. He was supposed to be the big thing, and there was someone else, wasn't there? Can't think who it was. There's another couple of players that came through. Wayne Rooney was going to be the next Gascoigne, and then after that became, who was the next Wayne Rooney? And none of them really stood up to it. Michael Chopra, he was one of them as well, wasn't he? Steve, have you ever had a ride in a tractor? You had to get Helen to Google the lyrics. Something hot, please, Ali Alio, not tea though. What are we having? It's not tea. What are we having? What is it? Hot chocolate? Would you like a bucket of hot chocolate? I, on the other hand, I'm having Earl Grey by Thermos because I'm worth it. These fuckers better turn up at some point. Think what happened to Phil Foden. He's such a good player, that lad. How old is he now? He's 22 and he's won the league 6 times. I think with Phil Foden at some point, there's a thing in boxing called man strength, which sounds stupid in a sport where people are punching each other and knocking each other out. Once you get to 22, 23, 24, man strength kicks in. And it's a sort of core inner strength that even boxers who didn't have a big knockout rate beforehand suddenly start knocking people out. And I think there's a similar kind of thing with football where the brain and body click a lot more when you're 22, 23, 24, and you either become the same player that you were, or you then kick on to become like Kevin De Bruyne went on from being a good player to being absolute world class in that time. So we'll see with Foden what happens with him. Will he be too, I don't want to say lazy, will it be too easy for him at City, being around all those players who are world class? Will he become complacent? We shall see. Yeah, it must be hard to motivate yourself at that age. I would say as well though, if you've got the right kind of people around you, with the likes of Vincent Kompany when he was there, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, people like that, very hungry players, world class but very hungry, and also they seem to have their feet on the ground. These young kids wandering around looking at these players must be thinking, David Silva, people like that, just watch what they do. They're not in the paper every 5 minutes for knocking off the nanny or smashing up cars and stuff like that. Do what they do. And if you want to go and start acting like a teenager in your 40s, do it then, but you'd have made your legacy by that point. Yep. Good point. Well made, Mandingo. Hello to Helen, our Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And to Ruby Roo, how are you? You've had frost there all day, fog and -2. That's awfully cold. I recorded another drive this morning, exactly the same drive as the last video, in the hope that I could have got the beautiful sun over the fields with the fog coming up. And it was cloudy all bloody morning. Gutted. Because it was lovely seeing that sun rising over the fields. I will get it at some point this week, hopefully. Gingers crossed. Cold but mostly sunny. It wasn't anywhere near as cold this morning as I expected. Oh, bullshit, man. just reminded me, oh, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? What's the weather now? 3 degrees, 2 degrees. I am going to have to get out and put the car condom on later. Cover the windscreen. Can't be getting up and having to de-ice that bastard. Got up this morning expecting to de-ice the thing. Was it this morning or was it yesterday morning? I can't remember. This morning. And there was no ice on it. Just a little bit on the back. That was it. So I got there early to pick her up. Which was alright. Because I was listening to Boss tunes, including 10cc, I'm Mandy, Fly Me. Boss tune. Fergie, do you know what? I don't think he's hated. Liverpool fans don't like him because he took their crown away from them as being the most successful team. So they hated him, but football fans know how much of a great manager and a great man manager he was. Superb at keeping players' feet on the ground. Yeah, sometimes you need it explaining to you. You might be the best player in the world at the moment or getting there. You are not bigger than the club. This club will be there long after you've gone. It was there before you're here. It'll be there long after you've gone. Your name might be synonymous with the club, but it's that way round, not the club with the player. My dad was talking about that. He done an interview recently with a Wrexham channel. He's constantly doing podcasts and interviews. And he was talking about John Neal, who was the manager when he was there. What a great man manager he was. One of his stories was, there's a pub that he used to go to just outside Wrexham called the Panther Rockin'. And one day, my dad's in the dressing room and John Neal just walked up to him and went, oh yeah, you got a couple of 180s in the darts in the pub the other night. He went, yeah, I did. You must be getting quite a lot of practice in then, lad. And left it at that. And my dad went, oh, right, that is the best bollocking I've ever been given. In other words, I've got eyes everywhere. I know what you're up to. And if you carry on doing what you're doing, you will not be in this team anymore. But he didn't make an idiot of him in front of the rest of the team. Just a little bit of it, I know what you've been up to. Wind your neck in. And he did. And as a result, my dad would say he would run through brick walls for John Neal. Signed for him twice. Been very, very, very wind and wet over in Norfolk. Did you get the edge of the storm? Something beginning with C. I spy with my little eye a storm beginning with C. It's been horrible. Yeah, it's battering in the Netherlands. I've heard from a few people over there. It's I don't know, as it missed us, we've got a little bit of it. Just, I don't know if it's gone up the channel and around that way rather than it does. But the Netherlands is getting absolutely obliterated, especially the north. Hopefully the south where Hadwig is okay. The sort of middle band where Esther is seems to be not bad but not brilliant. So hopefully it pisses off. But if it's going that way, it's going to hit everywhere else, isn't it? Keep the wet in the wind. We don't want it to devote. We don't. Oh, and speaking of Steve, I've been watching a channel on YouTube, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a BBC cameraman and sort of filmmaker who's also an Everton fan. He's from Merseyside, and he does a lot of camera and gear reviews and things, and tips and tricks on how to get the best out of your cameras. And he's got the same the Osmo Pocket 3 that I've got, the one with the gimbal on the top. I was watching a video on that, and he took it. So I'm going to take it on my holiday with me. And his holiday, he went to Cromer, went to Norfolk, and he was filming around Cromer, and it looked beautiful, but obviously through the eye of a cinematographer, it looked amazing. Very, very pretty, very pretty. The place, not him, by the way. Had enough of that shite last week. No more of that shite. Hello to the 6,000 people over on Twitch. There's nobody on Twitch. Yes, I live in the Q area of Southport, so storm to the left of me, storm to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle of Q. But it could be worse. Like you say, parts of Northern Europe are getting absolutely smashed to bits at the moment. Wales was really badly done last week, weren't they? Or was it earlier this week? I'll lose complete track of time. Be thankful if we manage to avoid the worst of it, and hope that it doesn't affect other people too much. What's this storm called? Storm Connell. That's it, isn't it? Right, so it's hit the south. That's why, isn't it? It's hit the south. Must have gone up the channel along that kind of way, rather than up across Ireland, up across Wales, North West England. We've avoided the worst of it. Oh, and the house over the road's got the lights on. I don't really like Christmas too much, but I love this. I don't want to call it a street, even though it is a street, isn't it? It's a sort of a selection of cul-de-sacs. Very pretty. When all the lights are up, it looks amazing. I am going to go for a walk with the Osmo Pocket 3 at some point. I'm purple on Twitch, not green. Well, download Twitch onto the tablet and you can watch on both. And then you can be purple. You can watch the chat on YouTube, but you can chat on Twitch, so your name will be up in purple. How's that? Or you could chat on both, and then see if you can get higher on Botrix. I wonder if you could game the system that way. You could only think colon, and you knew it wasn't that. That would be a pain in the arse, wouldn't it? Connell, like Donald, but with a C. Not at the same time. Of course you can, Malcolm. You could do it Jean-Michel Jarre, Rick Wakeman style, 2 keyboards. I mean, obviously I can't, because I didn't see the flood wall in Worcestershire. No, I didn't see that. The water flooding the high street. They drove through a tract and the water went even higher. I'm not surprised. You can't be doing it. I know if you have to drive through it to save people, then fair play, but if it's just I want to go somewhere, feckin' easy. No, I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to check it out. Jenksy, what about you? How you doing? You alright? We are knackered when it comes to stuff like this. Flooding in this country. There's been so little put into the infrastructure that we are in genuine danger. Kev, how you doing, bud? Have a good one. Here's the right kid. Yes, giving money away to shareholders and putting the water companies in debt rather than actually spending profits on fixing things to avoid stuff like this happening. What was going to happen? What was going to happen? Whole place is going to rack and ruin. I've got an itchy left palm, which the superstitious will always say, oh, left to leave, right to receive. You must be about to spend money. It's not. I've got altered sensation in that hand. That's why it's itchy. It's itchy inside, not outside. Sure sign, that. Sure sign. You're going to pay big money for something. It's not. Altered sensation. I've got something coming up as well soon, which you might be able to see it in the background fairly soon. There's going to be something happening, a little bit of an Easter egg in every video, and if you spot it at any time during the video, give us a comment and hit the timestamp. Do you know how to do that? When you do a comment, there's a little timestamp you can click to tell me when you saw it, and it's this. This is how small it is, so you might not be able to see it all the time, but a little brass bear. Bloody heavy. So if you see it during any videos, pop it in there. Scratch it, Bob Cratchit. It's weird. It's very weird. I think see a lot of time you're not looking, just listening or typing. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't watch me if I didn't have to. And it's a lovely little thing. Spot the bear, yeah. I still haven't decided on a name for him yet. I might come up with a few options and stick it in the community tab, but it's a cute little thing. Only small but perfectly formed. Don't need to hit the timestamp, just put minutes and seconds, YouTube converted, which is so much easier typing something rather than pressing the button that's already there, Mandy. Either or, whichever one works for you. There is literally, as you're typing it, there's a little button that you just press and it automatically throws the timestamp in. But if you want to go and do that, be Mon's guest. But if I don't know, and at some point I might even come up with a prize for it. The Conscious Journey. Good evening to you. Good evening. If it is indeed the evening where you are, where about in the world are you? Because we have all the flags of the countries where people join us, and we also have the United States of Wardrobe over there, where we've got the American states. We always stick it behind us as a thank you for people who join us. You wouldn't know how to timestamp. It's easy. It's just a jump to your left and then a step to the right. Let's do the timestamp again. Come on. Jack Nicklaus, the great golfer, was known as the Golden Bear. He was. My dad also, Wrexham used to play in the Welsh Cup as well as the English FA Cup, and they used to win it all the time because they were playing the likes of Rill or Llandudno Town or Conwy and all that, and they were a professional football club, so they used to win it all the time. And if you won the Welsh Cup, you got into the European Cup Winners' Cup, where you were playing some of the best teams in Europe. And lowly Wrexham got drawn against Anderlecht, who were one of the biggest clubs in Europe at the time. And they got beat 1-0 in Brussels, but my dad gave them such a torrid time that he was all over the newspapers being called the Bear of Brussels. And now here we are in the Bear's paws. So I don't know if it's, in the back of my mind, but yeah. So much so they almost signed him, or they tried to sign him. He was only young as well at the time. I think he was still a teenager. And John Neal wouldn't allow them to sell him to Anderlecht, so instead they went and signed Duncan McKenzie, who Everton fans will tell you was amazing. He walks on water, same as Big Bob Latch. Would you like a drink? We are serving. We had Mandy's. Oh, bear moss, get rid. We've had Mandy's got a bucket of hot chocolate. Dick definitely works for you. Yeah, we've heard that about you, Jackie. We've heard that. That's no surprise to anyone. Purple Kit, yes. There's a place where I get a lot of my t-shirts from, a lot of the football t-shirts. Does footy stuff, and they've got a purple Anderlecht style t-shirt with the big, I can't remember the sponsor, just a big symbol on the front of the kit, which I'm very, very tempted to buy because I do like a bit of purple. You mean the name? Yeah. Hey, Jackie, do you like a bit of dick, do you? You're not a Muff sort of girl. Everyone loves Muff. To those who are watching, it's a wonderful place in Ireland, Muff. Bloody YouTube. Bloody YouTube. Commodore, that's who it is, isn't it? Commodore. It is. I'm going to get one. Me, the Holland ones that I've got with the lion, and what else have I got from there? I've got a few from there. They're really good. The Boca Juniors one. They're in there somewhere, but you know what I mean. They've also got a green one, a Saint Etienne one with their big sponsor on the front. Love stuff like that. YouTube won't switch your bloody YouTube account over. Why does purple not exist? It apparently, and there's a very, very intelligent man was talking about this. AI can't spot it because of the RGB, the way colours are made. Purple should not exist as a wavelength or something weird like that. Or I don't know, I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but you could actually stand there on stage and say purple does not exist, and then tell you why. I'll find out why. In fact, shall I Google it now? Right, here we go. I'll give you the explanation. Purple is not a colour that exists in the same way as violet because it doesn't have a single wavelength of light. There you go. Purple is a combination of red and blue light and is sometimes called a non-spectral colour. Our brain interprets the different ratios of inputs from the cones in our eyes to represent the colour purple. It doesn't actually exist. What we see is two different wavelengths of light, and our brain mixes them together to produce purple. There you go. Adam, oh, so that's you, is it, Adam? Well, you're already on the board. Fine. How you doing, mate? You okay? Be forced to log in on this account. Do I follow you on the conscious journey? I should do, shouldn't I? Or am I not signed in on this particular chat? Might not be that, you know. I'm going to check this out, man. I'm sure I follow you. I didn't recognise it at all. People of the revolution. Now, I am now subbed. There's a lad from Norwich who's a Leeds fan. Takes famous people around the classic kit store and I've seen him, yeah. Picking shirts that mean something to them and they buy the ones they like. Sort of like the reason the rhyme of football. Here's an idea. I am the conscious journey. Yeah, I'm following you now anyway. 1 video and 3 views. We'll change that. We will change that, don't worry. It's there just in case. Might do more, you're not sure. It's there, isn't it? It's there as an option. I've got a few channels on there, which I haven't used yet, which I utilise occasionally when I want to watch things, but I don't want to cock up Olga. Feck's sake made you sound local. He is local. Everybody's local to someone. Your Scooby broke down last week in the middle of nowhere in the snow. Wales is the middle of nowhere, isn't it? I think if you're going to break down anywhere in Wales, try and break down as close to one of the big cities as you possibly can. Otherwise, you are in the arse end of nowhere, which is a pain. Stunningly beautiful, but not a place to break down. Same as northern Scotland. You phone the RAC at 10 a.m. and it turned up at 3 p.m. Yeah, I had to wait for 4 hours for mine. You beat me with that one, 5 hours. I can't understand why it takes so long. I can understand they can't have too many people working for them, but come on, man. In the cold as well, having to wait that long. What a bar like. Esther, how you doing? You okay? Couldn't feel your feet by the end of it. Did you have a survival kit in the car with you? Make sure you have one. A hold-all with a blanket. Some water. Breakfast bars. A USB kettle. You can buy them. They're cheap enough. Pot noodle. Not enough employees. There's plenty of people out there who need work. There's obviously plenty of us who are breaking down in this chat, never mind anywhere else. Go and hire them. I did have company, and it kept me going. Plus my dad turned up with a thermos of tea. I still haven't got round to, remind me later, I need to get me hold all from under the bed. Me football one. I'm never going to use it again, am I? So, although I have kept me kit, me five-a-side kit, and me indoor footy boots. In case, the miracle happens where I can go out and do it again. Turn out your fuel injector was stuck open. What a piss barrels. And they're not cheap as well, are they, to sort out fuel injectors. Anything where you've got to start dismantling the top end of the engine. Getting involved, getting the spanners. Not cheap. Something to piss in. Which, in your case, Jackie, will be, I don't know, a hedge, car park. Wherever you lay your... that's your home. Oh, luckily your local garage brakes Subarus, they fitted one, a second-hand one.
Next.
102 quid. That's not too bad. I've seen a few cars where injectors have been knackered. And it's cost a lot more than that, so that doesn't sound too bad. Good on them. Good on them. Proper storm over there. We were just talking about that, Esther, about the Netherlands. Very, very stormy. Very, very wind. As Gerard Gelafeu once said. He's not Japanese. You couldn't hear the telly. What a ball like that is. You've pissed in plenty of bushes in your time as an alcohol drinker. Haven't we all? Yeah, the fuel injector opens and closes so the fuel can go into the engine. The fuel was pouring into the engine rather than just... normally it spurts. It's like when you get a water spray and spritz it. That's how it's supposed to go. Spritz is the good name for it because obviously injection in German is Einspritz, which is why German cars used to be GTEs, not GTIs. Injection. Yeah, it just does that. Whereas if it's open, it is literally just pissing out, which is not good for the engine. Definitely not. Eased off a bit now. Tank fuck. I thought your wiper blades sink today. New blades, 20 minutes work, 19 minutes. Oh, man. I need new blades as well. I should get them really, shouldn't I? Fairly quick. First time chat over on Twitch. Mandy. Thank you very much. You might even appear twice on the Botrix list, or will it combine them? I don't know. I need new blades just before it starts getting too snowy and mushy. I'll do that this week. If you had to get the new one injected from Subaru, it would have been, yeah, there you go, 1,500 quid. I was thinking it was more like that. I remember seeing SPR Autos, Mercedes garage. I watch a lot of their stuff. Obviously, having a Merc myself, to see what it's like, and everything costs £1,000. Absolutely incredible. He done the injectors for someone, and that cost an absolute bloody fortune. Decaf Americano. I don't have the decaf, but I do have the Americano. It's my go-to, and I have to pick one up. Because with an Americano, you get a blue jeans and chinos, don't you? Hey up, lad, how's you getting on? Don, how you doing, mate? You okay? Yeah, start your coffee stand on the street to pay for it. Jackie pays a lot of her stuff by standing on the streets, don't you? Jeff needs a wake. Grow up. Read in Norwich, no flights because of the storm. Didn't know there was an airport. It's an international airport, isn't it, Steve? Yeah, there's loads of places in the UK have got airports. And if you needed to fly somewhere, if there wasn't one anywhere near Norwich, you'd have to either go into London or start getting towards, I don't know, bloody Leeds, Bradford or something, or East Midlands. Of course you need them. Yeah. What Mandy will do to get in the lead of the Twitch chat. But is she? Because Thomas has been on there for a while, so she might have to fight to get to #1 space. Oh, yeah, sorry. Car chat. Still not green. It's weird as well because on my screen on Twitch you are dark orange. Jackie's feeling old. Oh. Didn't know you could pay for BJ's with green shield stamps. You can. If you look in the right place, obviously. Luncheon vouchers, ironically. Awfully chilly around the place. Awfully chilly. It's been alright today where we are. I left 10 minutes early expecting to have to dig the car out, and it wasn't. Got in, put the demisters on, left the car running for 2 minutes, threw the tunes on, started blasting through the estate. I didn't have that kind of music on, but you know what I mean. It has been horrendous there today. You normally avoid the worst of it, don't you? Just because of how the UK is situated. The likes of the Bay of Biscay gets absolutely hammered, and then parts of southwest England, Ireland, Wales, North England, and it passes across. But when you get it, you get it. It's horrible. Because it builds up a little bit then. Going over France and what have you, it builds up. You're really feeling the cold in your old bones. What you need, a nice cup of tea or a bucket of tea, that'll sort you out. You missed the green shield stamps, even though you may have been a child when they got rid of them. There's something about them. I remember being nan having books full of the stuff. Don't know how legal they were, like, but yeah, hopefully no casualties. A few lorries on the road, crashed, smashed up to bits. We are all modern Tesco club card points. The same people who are claiming to be sovereign citizens and not in my name, and I refuse to be ruled and all that stuff, are the ones who've got Tesco club card points. Tesco know more about you than the government do, because they can tell exactly. They can tell if you've got, I don't know, an alcohol problem by how much ale you buy in there. They can tell if you smoke. They can tell if you're diabetic. They can tell if you're gluten intolerant. They can tell if you've got hay fever. Just by the stuff that you buy in there. They know everything. They know how much money you can spend every month. They also, do you know if you're stocking up on breakfast bars and water, and you know if you're ready to start bugging out? Do you know all this stuff? The government don't. Creaky bone, well, that's exactly what it is. I noticed, because I fractured my arm just near the elbow, just above the tattoo there. Whenever it's a wet, cold day, that really starts aching, as does my middle finger, because I snapped that as well. And the cold and wet gets into your bones. It's horrible. Cuddle up with the dogs. Do you like dogs? We love dogs. You remember them well? You're still taking them in, aren't you, Jackie? Is Tesco the best loyalty scheme? I think it's the biggest. It's the most easy. I use them to double up my points and get RAC membership. And I renewed my membership, and 5 days later I broke down. So I would say it's pretty good. Sainsbury's, I think, do Nectar card, don't they? So if you buy a lot of things from Argos and whatever, get one of those and shop in Sainsbury's, and I don't know, make bear wedge, fam. Didn't tell you like chocolate. We can all tell you like chocolate. Bucket of tea. You are buried in fleece. Ali's looked and can't see any fog, so it either means it's completely cleared or it's so foggy she can't see anything. We just don't know. Got more points, you know that. We need more points. There's so many schemes out there, isn't there? There should be something. Someone come out and said it's out of order. You're forcing me to get a loyalty card just so I can get decent prices. You're being treated differently. Wankers. You've had a good 4 to 5 inches of rain, but you can deal with that, can't you, I suppose? And 4 to 5 inches of snow is a bit more different. The Lidl Plus app. Every Lidl helps. You got a text from HMRC the other day, you're near shite. We do send texts. If you're ever worried about a text from HMRC, read it, go online and have a look on the website just to make sure it is real. But we do a lot of bulk mail and texting and things because it's quicker and easier. You need to check this, please go online and you can go online at www.gov.uk so you know it's real. But don't just click on any links. Stiff middle fingers are handy when driving, especially if you're in Derry for the stiff little fingers. I love them. Couldn't see a thing all day. We get that here regularly because there's loads of farmers' fields and what have you, and it looks stunning, especially if the sun comes out and it starts to fall down slightly, and all you've got is that layer of mist and fog just above the fields with, like I say, this morning, there was just too much cloud, otherwise it'd have been lovely. A little bit of mist, sun coming up. I'll keep doing it. I will keep doing it. I will get it. Complained to the RAC and told them you're going to leave and cancel your membership. Been with them for 10 years. Said if you stayed, you could pay £1 a month for the rest of the contract, 7 months. Well worth it. I know they're a pain in the arse, but £7 for 7 months, I'll be happy with that. And then go and join the AA or something afterwards. Got everything on the My RAC. I've got the app as well. I was lucky with that. I was going to let it drop, but I thought, no, I'll keep it going in case I decide to drive somewhere and then the car breaks down. I will need someone. No fog out west. Plenty of frost though. It was telling you can now see blah 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 online. Yeah, how do we get your number? We are the government, Jackie, we are the government. If you give your number to any part of the government, we will have it. Simple as that. Because now all the systems are talking to each other, they never used to. Every system used to be completely different. There's now an overarching umbrella system that checks everything out, which is why we can catch so many benefit fraud peoples. You said you were claiming this, actually you were claiming that. How do you know? Well, us and the DWP are the same fucking government department, you half-wits. Oh, I didn't realise. Yeah, cheers. Got the home call, the bloody loss. Now it's £7 for the next 7 months. And at the end of that, say you're leaving and see what they can offer you. That is a right Brucey bonus. Good game. I haven't had a bagel in ages. I want a bagel now. I've not eaten today. I have. I'm lying. I had toasted tea cakes this morning. Then I felt like shite all day, and then I've had no energy. Probably because I haven't eaten all day. I'll have something later. No flooding. There's no rivers near you. Yeah, very sandy subsoil, so it does. That's why you've got all the fens and everything around the western part of England. It drains out well into the sea, and if it does stay, they just become broads, don't they? Very well set up for this kind of weather. Your speaker is linked to the Twitch feed. It's like watching an old karate film. Ah, right. You want to fight? Fight me? Yeah. That's not going to work for you, is it? Unsweetened donuts. What's the point? What's the point? LV Britannia is now the best break. Is it? Best call out. I'll have to check them out. Well, next year it'll be, won't it? But yeah, I didn't realise that. I always thought it was just either AA or the RAC and then green flag coming in third. But thought Twitch was for gaming. It's just for live streaming. Anything. There's watch alongs. There's loads of gaming on there. There's loads of. There was a problem with Twitch at one point, with loads of scantily clad women on there, getting around the no nudity clause by wearing very little and sitting inside blow up paddling pools in their front rooms. So there's loads of people looking for stuff like that. Loads of gamers, but there's also the just chatting, which is handy. Just for streaming, chatting, where people want to relax in a nice environment, without someone getting the blue knot out on camera. You know what I mean? Rumble, I can't be doing with it. I've kept hold of that name because I don't want my username being used over there. Just for the right-wing lunatics. Anywhere that welcomes Russell Brand and people like that. As a family, Jackie, you've been in AA. Used to be that way, didn't it? You were either an AA or an RAC family back in the day. Bagels taste like bread made with wax. Maybe they are. Bagel with smoked salmon and chives. Oh, very nice. Loads of landslides. It was the same in Wales, Donald. So much rain, you get landslides. Well, you wouldn't if they let trees grow where they used to grow, but they don't anymore, do they? So now there's no roots in there keeping the soil together. They just wash away. Bagels are nice. I like bagels myself. Like the multi-seed with mushroom pate. Very, very posh. Very posh for you anyway. Smoked salmon and cream cheese. Yeah, there's the problem with them. Not keen on bagels because the whole stuff does squish through the middle and then either drops down onto you or squashes up and makes you look like you're up to no good. Where you get your car van serviced, you get RAC covered as part of the deal. Oh, go ahead. First thing that came up was a load of blokes in a sauna. There's loads of mad stuff. And I watched Charlie, Penguin Zero, Moist Critical, whatever he's calling himself this week. He did a video about them. And he couldn't even show what was on his screen, on the YouTube screen. And he was laughing, he's going, this is just stupid. There's kids of 12, 13 watching stuff on Twitch. They want to go and watch gaming, and on the first landing page, there's this woman, and he was talking about it and blurred stuff out. He said, you can basically see what she had for her breakfast. That's what you can see. There's a camera right behind her. If you use your imagination, it was seeing more than you should be able to see on a screen. Because she was in an inflatable paddling pool in the house, she got away with it. And then ever since I watched that video, there's loads of these YouTube scantily clad try-ons and stuff. I was like, fuck off, I'm not interested in this. I want camera stuff. I want YouTube advice. I want making video advice. I don't want this bollocks. Get rid of it. Well, there was no bollocks, but you know what I mean. But you need to watch out on Twitch for stuff like that, Mandy. Yeah. When I do watch it, there's people like Jack from Jack's Films. I watch him when he does his creator bingo, or I do watch the occasional bit of Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, live streaming, to live vicariously. I have got the new Call of Duty. I've not even tried it yet. I haven't played in ages. I don't know if I can play. I need to. Great combo, salmon and cream cheese. Got to be done with chives, though, innit? Especially in a Brummie accent. Cream cheese and chives, obviously. Jackie eats one half at a time. One half at a time, cream cheeses. That's all I'm asking of you. Yep. There isn't much more depressing than being able to qualify for Saga car. Is it cheap, Saga? I'm over 50. Do I qualify for that now? Saying that, my car's 270 quid, I think it is. Fully comp for the full year. Not sure I'll be able to get it much cheaper than that. Steve's never had a bagel and he ain't no friend of mine. No, that's the wrong tune, isn't it? Never had a bagel. How have you lived, man? I missed out. I went to London to see my friend and we had a wander all around London, and the highlight of it was going to be going to Brick Lane, to one of the famous bagel shops there. And when we went, it was closed because something had happened. Well, the London Bridge attack had happened the week before. So I don't know if it was something to do with that, but yeah, I missed out on the best bagels in London. Apparently. You were sharpening M&S today. S&M with you, isn't it? M&S, yeah, go ahead. What's that? Landslide or bagel hole? Been ages since you went shopping. Thought it was illegal now. Anyone's allowed to go to Shap, which of course is in the Lake District. Porn, it's not far off on Twitch, to be honest with you. And it's stupid. You know, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. If you want to go and watch hardcore Barry Horn, go and do it. It's not an issue. There's a place for it. It's called the internet. It's full of it. Go and watch it. Don't be putting it on Twitch. Don't be putting it on YouTube. Don't be putting it in places where kids can view it. Just, there's no need for it. There is enough places where you can go and find whatever kind of stuff you want. Don't fill up the rest of fucking hell YouTube, man. You not just leave that to people who want to make videos about cats or your favourite 5 books and shit like that. Just leave us alone. Only illegal if you actually have money. I never have money. Yes, you can give Shapping away free. Not a problem. Yes, but Brummie, Esther, I decided years ago, all crisp flavours sound better with a Brummie accent, and it is an actual fact. It is cream cheese and chives, smoky bacon, rouse beef and mustard, cheese and pickle. All of them sound much better than a Brummie accent. That is a fact. Did you miss the Piggly Ding? You did. So did I. Who's next? Hands up, hands up. Never had a bagel. Both Jackie and Steve-O. Oh, both Ali and Steve have never had a bagel. Jackie has, of course, she loves them. You have a 20-year-old Scooby, 2 litre, 5 times 5, as my dad calls it. And you pay $236 a year on direct debit, fully comp. Not bad at all. That's 230 direct debits as well. So if you pay monthly, they always put it up by a good few quid, don't they? Your dad turned 80 this year. His insurance went through the roof at double to 800. My dad's 72 and he's a driving instructor, and his went up significantly this year because of his age. It must just be once you reach a certain age, in the same way that it comes down when you reach 21, 30, 40, 50. Once you start going 60, 70, 80, it must start going back up again. Bastards. Bastards. 270 fully comp. It is cheap. For a 2.1 litre Mercedes, paying $550 for third party. I found, to be honest with you, Donald, I've done in the past when I bought me last car before this one, I did the money saving expert and compare the market and what have you. And fully comp came out cheaper than third party. Your insurance was $680 for the Clio. You live in Northern Ireland, not surprised, Jackie. It also depends on where you live. The postcodes can make a huge difference. I think where I am, we're okay. Literally over the road is West Lancashire, And I think for some strange reason, even though it's all farmland, theirs is more expensive than ours. Bizarro. You're pretty sure you've had a bagel. Can't have been that memorable. Not all bagels are memorable. It is definitely an age thing. Thought you had an MG. You got a Renault Clio. Insurance is so expensive. It is. It's the postcode. Stupid. Car insurance is cheaper than your car tax. Isn't that stupid? $550 is the cheapest you ever paid. Car tax is $415 a year. Mine is 3.7. Well, no, it isn't. I'm lying to you. It should be 3.75, but because I'm classed as disabled, I have the blue badge. I get half price. Yeah, so the tax is all right on it. My niece is 20. Is she 20? Yeah, 20. Turns 21 next year, I think. Or is it 21 this year? 21 next year. And she's just had her renewal come through. So now she's got 2 years of no claims, and it's come down significantly. But she was paying more per month on her direct debit. She was paying 300 and odd a month than I was paying for a full year. Which, how are kids supposed to start? How are you supposed to build up, claims? Ridiculous. Tax is only 180. It depends on the size of your car, doesn't it? 190 a year for your car tax. 3 times less than a Mini. My dad's Mini, even though it's a diesel, is 0 road tax. And it's a diesel. It's like, oh, fucking hell. How? How did he work these things out? Bucket of tea. Bucket of tea. For our Ali Alio. And some Jaffa cakes. Unless you want the grab pack, the snack pack. They are devilishly good. Devilishly good. Can't afford an MG, that's why you steal them. True Northern Ireland style. It is all about emissions. A petrol SUV, 30 miles to the gallon. All-wheel drive, 4x4. The government hates Scooby drivers. Every government hates drivers unless they're getting into EVs. Which makes you question why. When we know that electric vehicles are not the future, they can't be. There's not enough infrastructure, there's not enough range. Why? Where's this coming from? Where's this pressure coming from? Most under 21s pay approximately 2,000 starting out. If they knew, I was saying this to my niece the other day, if you knew as soon as you pass your test, your first year of insurance was going to be £2,000 or £3,000, I think you'd accept it. 1 year, and then once you've got that out of the way and you haven't had a crash, it drops down significantly to like 500 or something. Most kids would be happy with that. But they're never given an opportunity to build up that 1 year. And it's stupid. You need to learn. Pass your test, get out and learn how to be safe in the real world. But they won't let them. Thought you said you bought an orange MG. Must have been someone else. I seem to remember an orange MG as well. Government are greedy, thieving bastard. They all are. If you make the billionaires pay their fair amount of money, all our tax would be lower. And if you use the tax that we bring in to actually pay for the stuff we need, life would be much better. How many roads could you fix for one bomb that we drop on poor people in the Middle East, rather? Just stop bombing people and fix the bloody roads. There you go, sorted. Piece of piss. Tia Maria, Marley. You have a Valencia Orange Clio. Have you tried natural yogurt? That'll soon get rid of it for you. Luton Van Factory's closed. I saw that. I was a bit worried about Ellesmere Port, but I've not seen anything mentioned about them. But isn't it horrible? Again, all down to Brexit. Stuff like this. They always say, oh, the car industry won't be affected. Of course it will. If you're using something that utilises just in time for you can't have warehouses full of stock for parts. You wouldn't be able to survive as a business. You have to wait until you find out how many cars you're building this week. I'm going to build 10 cars on Monday, therefore on Monday morning 10 cars worth of stuff comes in. Can't happen with the way things are now. It's all going to move. It'll go to, where is it? Serbia, is it? That's building all the cars these days. Something like Czech Republic, Serbia, somewhere like that, isn't it? Slovakia, it might be. Because it's in Europe. And then if they want to send them here, they can send them here. But that's the one little bit of issue with red tape, is just bringing them here. Everywhere else, piece of piss. Oh, it's just going dead fast there. What's happening here? See how much car tax goes up next year for a new car, non-EV over... It's 5 or 6 times higher. Thieving bastards. 12 hours of lessons, do the test, get a car insured and tax it before you even drive it. It will be. I think in the UK they're looking at, you need at least 20 hours of lessons before you know what you're doing. I am feeling rough as arseholes with Mar and Dad Sound, celebrating their 52nd wedding anniversary today. You do need to sort out last year's bottle before it's its birthday, Mandy. Yeah, Tomash, how you doing? You have every right to worry about Ellesmere Port, but not because of Vauxhall, but just because it's Ellesmere Port.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Followed by Esther.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. We have 2. MOT, if your car's 4 years and over, has to be done, has to be done. If it's any less than that, you don't have to worry about it. Mine is due in May, I think it is. I've got to go and sort out the the ball joint, sorry, probably the lower control arm as well, but hopefully then it'll all be sound. Then it'll start driving all around the world and other places. Can you get one without Baileys? You don't do cream. I don't do cream. Mandy doesn't do cream. There you go. Liverpool have taken the lead. Bastards. 5 things you loved the book video. Getting Ian Banks and the spy one. Oleg Gordievsky, Next Stop Execution. I read that after reading Spycatcher and it was amazing. Like I mentioned in the video, having read the UK side of things to then read the Russian side of things about a lot of the same issues was brilliant. And he's a really good fella, Oleg Gordievsky. Love the Tony Campari conversation. 2 of your favourite people. What, me and him or him, because he's more than one person anyway. I thought it was... I've been trying to make that thing for years. If anyone's wondering what that means, the Tony Campari conversation, it's they supported 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 1972. I've got this theory that anyone under 30 from Liverpool is a wool. They're not even Scouse anymore because they're too try-hard. Put on this stupid accent and everyone's a sheep. Everyone's got a floppy fringe, turkey teeth and a beard, all the lads. And all the girls look like the female bass player from the Muppets. It's fucking stupid. Just identikit. And we used to be at the cutting edge of everything. In that day of Liverpool. Not anymore. We are reactive rather than proactive. I hate it. Hope everyone's well. Happy anniversary, moi and poi. Ian Banks, by the way. If you get into him, you get into him. Definitely. I've got everything he's ever written. And he won't write any more, unfortunately. He's no longer with us, but... brilliant. And the Wasp Factory is a great way to start. You get into his mind watching that. 5, Dice Out. Absolutely. Whose anniversary is it today? It is my mother and father's anniversary today, Jackie. 52 years. They were married 27th of November 1972. I was born April 73. It was a rush job. So, I am officially not a bastard no matter how many times you call me. Just telling you. Mandy's birthday soon. It is the early part of December, isn't it? I've got it written down somewhere. For the I'm going to sort it out soon. The 8 Mile Radius tour shirt where everyone's birthday's on the back. Buckers from Andy, no Baileys. Buckers. It's your friend's 60th birthday today too, Jackie. Oh, brilliant. Happy birthday to your friend. And December. So talking about the old commercials with the guy from Rise and Damp, which I've been watching loads of recently. Yes, Leonard Roster in the Campari and the Martini adverts. The great one when he's on a plane with Joan Collins. Superb. Tony Campari is... I don't know who he is. Do you know who he is in real life, Thomas? I don't. I thought I did, but then it's not. It's a lad, or used to be on Twitter, who's now on Blue Sky, who can wind up an entire fan base within seconds. Keeps changing his name to different supposed sports reporters, and then just absolutely tears football supporters apart. He's brilliant. Me and him were talking on Blue Sky the other day about how stupid a lot of the scout stuff is these days. I was born in Liverpool, 3.5 miles away from Goodison Park. Apparently I'm a wool, because I'm not from the North End. I don't speak like a Starbucks coffee machine. Ochen, laden, keep mochen, you know what I mean? Laden, don't speak like that, so I'm a wool. An Egypt. The Tony Campari conversation, I am going to have to take that forward, aren't I? I am definitely going to have to take that forward. In fact, I'm going to have to take a picture of that now. So don't forget it. Any chance of a tip? She's always looking for a tip, that one. We hate that man. We hate that man. Congratulations to them both. Thank you very much. You big non-bastard. Exact. If that, you know what? I would have that on my grave. What more can you ask for, to be honest with you, these days? He came, he saw, he was a big non-bastard. Cheers, Donald. Up the workers. Up the workers. You don't hate anyone. You're a lover, not a hater, honestly. But I will make an exception for that baldy ginger prick. Thumping win for the Canaries in a very 1940s style there. The football teams still have thumping wins. They should do. We need more. How's Mrs. Tom? Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? And Domingos Duarte. Your nose poked me there. That wasn't a nose. Is he as good as Jonathan Pye? He's not far off, but on a different kind of vibe, and continually changing his name. Southampton fans disliked him for a while, but a few of them got onto the joke and understood it and played along. Newcastle fans despise him with a vengeance, as do Rangers fans. Just brilliant. And Notts Forest hate him as well. Got an issue with Notts Forest. It's Nottingham, not Notts. It's Nottingham. The more you say it, the more we're going to call you Notts Forest. It's not Notts. It's Nottingham. It's not. You don't get to decide your own nickname. You're not that dickhead in the office who call. Yeah, people call me Ace. People call me Big Guy. Who then straight away gets called the Helmet or something. You know what I mean? It's Nottingham, not Notts. I think you'll find it's Notts. It's not. And there you go. Just like that over and over again. And then followed by, can I ask you a question? Which normally ends up in a reveal. How do you sub or follow on Twitch? I don't know, good question. There's a follow button somewhere, isn't there? Let me have a look. Man, I think you have to click on the icon, the person icon, I think. Oh, I don't know, I'll talk you through it later. You should sub though, because I need more subs. I need more views, more subs. Because if I can get to the point where I get affiliates on there as well, I can start earning some actual money, which would be, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Fucking excellent. Jonathan Pye's great. I like rants, and if it's done right, it can be fantastic. Adam, you're a yam by worth. Worked hard to lose the accent. I think there's something nice about that, though. I was with a Swedish friend who come over and done the Liverpool trip, and I was going here, there and everywhere. Don't go here, don't go there. You know, come to these places, I'll show you. The likes of what's the fucking pubs? I'm trying to think now. There's a pub that you go into where there's loads of wood panelling which came off a ship. And it's proper old school. It's absolutely stunning. It's never on anybody's visit list, and it should be. Not the Slaughterhouse, over the road from there. It'll come to me. I haven't been. Fucking almost had it then. I'll get there. But I was talking to a couple who were from, was it West Bromwich? They said they were yam yams, and they're trying to explain to a Swedish person what a yam yam is and why they're yam yams. From the Black Country, not the West Country, what am I on about? People from the Black Country, yam yams. Partly because it's yeah, I'm alright, kid. Instead of are you okay, it's yam. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm going out tonight. Are you going out tonight? Yam. So they call them yam yams. I like it though. Rooney's boys took a hell of a beating. Could have been 10. No idea who he is in real life. Yeah, for all the wind-up, he is brilliant. He's got that Ashcroft-esque sound, polymathic insight. Just be sound. Doesn't take much. Just be sound. He does get a lot of stick, Jonathan Pye, but it's got to be done. You have to prick the pomposity of the whole political structure, and he does it very well. You like Rangers? People born in the Black Country, and to explain the Black Country before people start getting what are you on about? So-called, wasn't it, because there's so much heavy industry there that all the houses and stuff were covered in soot from the foundries, so everywhere was black. Called it the Black Country, and it's the place where heavy metal really came from. All your proper heavy metalists came from there originally, and there's something about heavy metal which captures the sound of industry very well, so it's no surprise that's where it came from. Tomasz, your best mates from Wazzle. You with your Woolisms and his yam yams, you are incomprehensible to you were incomprehensible to each other. It's mad, isn't it? 2 different languages, despite the fact that they're both English. A man in uniform range. Oh, that kind of ranges. Yes, Mandy is going for your lead on Twitch. You love a man in uniform. That was the Gang of Four, wasn't it? Great song, though. I love a man in uniform. There is a difference between following and subscribing on Twitch. I think you might need to follow a certain amount of numbers before you can actually subscribe to someone. Subscribing to them means you actually pay them money. But if you've got an Amazon Prime account, you get a free account to subscribe to every month. And it doesn't cost you any money. But the other person gets cash. So I think you need... I've got an average of 2 point something viewers per stream. It needs to be 5. You need 50 followers. I've got 5. So it's very, very early days, but you never know. But if people follow and watch, it'll pull up the average. So just in case, could be a chance of making a little bit of a few Dwayne Eddies as a side hustle. I fucking hate that phrase, side hustle. Is the one in Rugeley the longest? Was it the longboat or the narrowboat or something like that? Rugeley. That's that. Have I been there? That sounds achingly familiar. Why does that sound familiar? Have I been there? Been to loads of mad places. Yeah, Amazon Prime customers get a free sub on Twitch. The creator gets the benefit in the same way that if you've got YouTube Premium, you don't watch any adverts, but the creator whose video you're watching gets paid for those adverts that you don't watch. So we all get our little cut of the action. Bit of dry dock. That rhyming slang. Pie makes you miss Jeremy Hardy. Pie reminds me of very much Glenn Cullen. Has anyone watched The Thick of It? With Peter Capaldi being the greatest man on earth as Malcolm Tucker. Armando Iannucci's sitcom about government. In it, there's a character called Glenn Cullen who's sort of a bit wishy-washy, slightly fey, slightly camp. He's an advisor for the government. He looks like and sounds like Jonathan Pye, and he could be his dad. It's amazing. Jeremy Hardy was superb. A Brummie as well, wasn't he? Jeremy Hardy, I think. Very, very funny man. You actually learned recently that's why it was called Black Country. Fine Gal or Fine Gael? What are we talking about there? Two different things, man. You knew a girl who was a Baggies fan, went to West Brom 1, Everton 0 several years ago. Billy got sent off after 2 minutes after coming on, I remember that. I've got a soft spot for the Albion. There's not a huge amount of teams I despise, and I quite like it when I watch two teams who I like. So like, I don't know, West Brom Norwich, I'd be quite happy watching that game because I quite like both. And I don't, one of those games where I don't mind who wins as long as it's a good game. As long as it's a good game. Thought Sinn Féin was Sean Finn, a human candidate at the last election. Mrs. Tom also believes that ShinPad is the IRA's sports division, obviously. I am a member of the IRAC. They come around and blow your tyres up, all that kind of stuff. Jackie's got Amazon Prime. If you have, go to Twitch and subscribe to someone's. That way they get money. It costs you nothing. Spread it, man. The wealth. Spread the wealth and the love. Mrs. Thomas singing wicked songs in the bath. Domingo's on Paw Patrol wanting his nightly treats. Is that one of those, look at me, look at me, look at me. Mouth is currently empty, should be full. Work it out later, but you're not subbing if you have to pay. No, you can't sub anyway because I haven't got enough followers, but a follow would help get me towards. You need the followers before you get the subs. First you get the followers, then you get the power, then you get the women. Yeah, know what I mean? It works that way. Just like Sean Bean. Should be either Sean Bean or Sean Bourne. It can't be Sean Bean. It's impossible. Just makes no sense whatsoever. Sean Bean. Bastard. Pie, he looks like, doesn't just look like Cullen. Glenn Cullen, listen to him. He sounds like Jonathan Pye as well. Absolute mad ringer. That is such a good programme now, the thick of it. Adam, you're off. No worries, mate. Catch you later. Have a good week as well, mate. And hopefully the car is now stress-free for at least, I was going to say, the next 7 months. If it's going to be stressful, make it within those 7 months, not afterwards. But hopefully it's sound now. If you won't pay to sub, will you pay to Dom? It's Twitch, not Switch, by the way. You can't be either. You've got to be one or t'other. Does Mrs. Tom want to be popular, or is she defying gravity? Well, she is a queen, so she is defying the laws of gravity. Has she shouted Eureka? Mbappe penalty saved? No! You never copped that fine gal, Fine Gael. Defying gravity. You wish you were. The older you get, try being my height. I've got more gravity up here. It's terrible. Where's the football alert? It's there. Mandy doesn't pay. Don't pay for nothing, man. Don't pay for nothing. The provisional IRAC, they're the ones. Followed by the continuity IRAC. I've run out of petrol. It's alright, I've got a couple of milk bottles on the back of the flood. We'll be grand, so we will. Domingo is chirping and huffing and knocking things over. I like this idea of him walking past just anything that near him. Move. Oh, you think you're going to do the domino thing, do you? Like you get halfway around the room and just go bang, ta-da. No, that's not happening. Have all your wounds healed. Your no wounds. It does sound like a cult, a Twitch cult. The cult of personality, which I haven't got, so that doesn't work, does it? I will follow you wherever you go. Yeah, loads of these poppy people, they realised social media was going to happen years before we did. Like Genesis, if you follow me, I will follow you, which is just Twitter in a nutshell. If you walk away, I will follow you too. 11 o'clock TikTok. So you two knew all about this. One game closer to Ancelotti returning to Everton. Whenever you say Ancelotti, there should be a heavenly choir giving it da-da. I'd love him to come back. I was trying to make a dance tune with just his name as the only lyric, and it wasn't working well. 07 do a song called Zidane, which is great as well. Listen to that. Sean Van Brenach, was a fellow on the telly over here. Who's Jonathan Pye? He's a pretend news news presenter. What did he call him? News reporter. He was always outside Westminster, Palace to Westminster, outside the Commons, and then he's having rants all the time. You'll have seen him somewhere, like, he is funny. You say Chris Langham, first series of The Thick of It in a sparred in Aberystwyth. Later seasons saw Tuckett is one of the best characters of all time and the best swearer in history. Nobody swears better than him. I mean, one of the greatest things in history I still love to this day is come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off. Who hasn't wanted to shout that at some point during the day? Yeah, it's a stage name, political comedian. I won't like Ancelotti to return. I will. I'd love him because he's much better than this prick we've got now. Yeah, the 5-minute videos online. Just goes off, pulls the earpiece out, and then completely and utterly goes mad. Bit left leaning, he is, but he likes to. Well, most of it was done because the Tories were in power. But brilliant the way he does it. Having a go. You need to have a go at the government, no matter who's in charge. That's our job as a society, to have a go at them bastards. Hold them to account. Carlo Fantastico, Carlo Magnifico. Oh, what a shame. As the ball went in the back of the net and he just stood there and raised an eyebrow with his coffee in his hand. Coolest man on the planet, man. The naughtiest manager in town. Fair babies. How's the fair babies? Molly's chewing stuff. Mandy, how's the book reading going? How's it going? Scar above eyebrow. That gives you depth, I think you'll find. Knee scab's nearly gone. Lying up sleeping. It's where he should be. Yeah, took his birthday cake. This could be from anyone. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. Some of the stuff he came out with. Just, it's incredible. It's on, I think it might be on the iPlayer as well, mightn't it? Got to be watched. If you're into any kind of, I mean, I think two of the greatest things ever written are The Thick of It and Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister. If you like anything politically motivated, but also showing you how stupid it is, them two are the best. The Thick of It, of course, has all the language. Nobody is better than Malcolm Tucker when he goes off on one. So, Piggly Ding next. You're as useful as a marzipan dildo. We've all wanted to say that as well. Brilliant. Steve's getting in there early. Morning, Jackie. Let's sign a petition. Hold any government to account. You're a Russian bat, he'll get on it, yeah. Russian boss, rather. We need to hold them to account. But I like the fact that we've had a Tory government for 14 years. We get a Labour one in who's not actually Labour at all. And then the small percentage of people who voted for the company that didn't get in are now trying to get it recalled. Doesn't matter who's in charge. It's called Labour, it's called Conservative, it's not. It's the same fucking people. They all went to the same schools. They're all run by the same people. Nothing changes. Nothing ever changes. It's the same shit. Actually, that's a lie. The only thing that changes is they wear a different colour tie. That's it. We are ruined. Thatcher and Reagan ruined 2 major countries and have ruined loads of other countries in the meantime as well, by handing over power completely to corporations. Bastages. Molly as a pet. The thick of it, the specials, the spinners and losers and Rise of the Nutters, amazing TV. Really are. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I always like anything where they don't insult me intelligence. Nothing. Not everything is apt to be spelled out in big Comic Sans letters. You have to use your brain a little bit to understand what's going on. It's how it should be. What's Grandad Pond been up to? Mandy, where were you up to? You mentioned it there, haven't you? Halfway through book 16, you think. Molly is Donald's new pup. Oh, very nice. He was heavily in book 15. I'll ponder Stibbins. Can't have a house without a dog. I love dogs. Labourer robbing us dry and they're only just in. They're not really. Not much has changed, to be honest with you. Unless you are an owner of a massive farm that's worth more than £3 million, at which point you might have to pay a little bit. So the likes of Jeremy Clarkson and James Dyson and all those ones who bought farmland as a cheap get out of inheritance tax con and has pushed up the prices of farms because they're no longer easily available, they're the ones who are pissing in the wind now about it. I mean, James Dyson's at 200,000 hectares he owns, none of which is probably used for this farm, and it's just literally taking it away from actual farmers. So the price of the farm next door goes through the roof and you can't afford to buy any land. Should have been done years ago. And Clarkson kicking off. It's out of order. Fucking shut up. You're not even a farmer. You're a TV star. You're getting paid a fortune by Amazon to pretend to be a farmer. And I like that show. But he's pissing and moaning now because his kids might have to pay a little bit extra. You get £3 million anyway, don't you? If it's over £1 million, you can then have Farmer 1 has his allowance, which is worth £1 million. Wife, civic partner, number 2, also £1 million. So it's over £3 million, which puts you in the 1.5% of the highest in the whole country. So it's only a small amount of people have to pay this. And he's kicking off. Fuck off, Clarkson. And I like him as well. You know what I mean? He is Oasis. You can say that he's great and a tit at the same time. It's boss. A lab collie mix, about 14 weeks old. Oh. We demand pictures. We do. We make demands. You had a cat for 18 years after that's on your avi at the moment. No pets. I'm not surprised. What about the no rise in tax threshold on people on national minimum wage? They end up paying more tax. National minimum wage, you're below tax anyway. You're below the tax threshold. Also, the no rise in tax threshold was already in place by the previous government. It was going to carry on to 2028. That was already written in, so they couldn't change it straight away. 2028, I'll be looking at raising it from 2028. At the first possible opportunity, it will go up. But that doesn't fit in with the political commentators who are trying to tell you that they're taxing everyone. Yeah, but if you're on national minimum wage, you are below the threshold. You don't pay tax anyway. You would only pay tax if you got a second job or another income. If anyone doesn't know what it is, tax threshold 12,500. So when your tax code in that case will be 1250. Your first £12,500 is tax free. Above that you pay 20% up to, is it 40,000 or so? After that you pay 40 on top of that. But national minimum wage for a normal week is below, isn't it? I think. It's not going to affect that many people. You've got a few videos up on YouTube. Get them checked out. Helen's wrapped up in an oversized fluffy hoodie, typing something on her laptop. Ah, that reminds me. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Right, of course. The other week. Last week things went tits up, didn't they? You'd like a Lotus Elise, Norfolk's finest. Thomas, take that back. I think you'll find Norfolk's finest is Helen, followed by Steve, followed by Ruby. No, sorry. Helen, followed by Ruby, followed by Steve. Let's get it right. Pecking orders, man. But they are nice. And it's also a Bosch tune as well by the Cure. Or Cure, as they call them in Yorkshire. Ali Ali back behind the bar. Terrier Corgi mix. It's not. Used to be. But it's not going to affect that many people, to be honest with you. If they're already on national minimum wage, how much were they going to raise it by? It wasn't going to be by a lot. But in law, it had to be 2028 before they could raise it, because it had been put in place by the Tories in the last government. A lot of these things are written into the law to begin with, so you can't really change them. But of course, it then makes... They turn around and say, why haven't you raised it? Well, you put it in law saying that we can't raise it till 2028. It's your fault. Or you did it. You made the fucking laws up. Yeah. So, Hat Wednesday. With some surprises. It's not just Hat Wednesday, it's also going to be Scarf Wednesday, because we've run out of hats. But I was supposed to show this last week and I couldn't. I'm going to turn the Dukey off just in case. But I think this should be ahead of it. Let's have a look. Louise. There you go, there she is. Helen wearing the Russian hat, looking very suave. Alio with a bunch of scarves. The scarves come in bunches, I think they do, don't they? That's a lot of scarf you've got there, man. Covering the face like you were on one of your missions to Paris. Hat. Any more? Send them in. I am slightly worried though about Ali, because she does look as though she's about to start doing wet work in Paris, or heading north to throw milk bottles full of substance at people. The new EV is special. Is that the Lotus? I've forgotten about that. Because it all cocked up last week, I couldn't do it. But it was there, just waiting. Lulu, yeah. Really does suit Helen as well, that hat. Has to be said, it looks fantastic. More scarves than around the microphone stands in Toronto 72. Exactly. Where do you think Steven Tyler got it from? Wasn't Aerosmith. 8MR, exactly where they got it from. Our Ali does like a scarf or two, doesn't she? You should be Italian-American like that, couldn't you? Our Ali, the scarf face. The music, superb. It wasn't you if anything happens. Nobody could tell it was you because your face is covered. No lobbing piss bottles. Yes, well done everyone. If anyone else wants to send anything in, by the way, it doesn't have to be hats or scarves. If you want anything to appear on screen, artwork, if you want to make crisps or nuts or snacks or drinks, just send them in. Obviously, they have to be checked first. If they're good enough, they go up. If they're not, they're not. But I like doing stuff like that. It's us. It's not me, it's us. It's our little community. Jeff needs a wait. He's excited again now. Some Domingo spam sent via Blue Sky, when skies are blue. Do we have actual video? We do. We have actual video. I can hear it. I don't suppose you can because it's the mic's there and it's not omnidirectional. It's dynamic. What a handsome chap. What a top fella, Domingos Duarte. Marvellous. You might be travelling to Dublin at the weekend. Take a scarf with you if you've got one. All gifts, very nice. We know what to get you for Christmas then. Go, Jeff. Go, Jeff. No bare arses. No budgie smugglers either. Nothing that will get me banned or demonetised. But you know what I mean. Feed me. Jackie loves a budgie smuggler. Domingos is very, very suave. Domingo. Crimbo lights go on soon. Get some videos of it if you like. Of course. Do it. Make sure you do it. When I think ours went on. Was ours last week? It must have been. Because my daughter was talking about it. It was Gemma Collins was here. Why else would she be in Southport? Must be the turn on. I haven't been into town since they've been on, so I'll do the same thing and then that's what we can do. We've had Hat Wednesday. We've had Scarf Wednesday. Christmas lights. That can be a Sunday or a Wednesday. We can do that. We're like a Christmas light. Yes, I would appreciate that, Steve. Nice one. Mucho apreciado, as they say in Japan. Came from the land of the budgies. I think it's a bit of an Australian thing, isn't it? Joy's mate. Would you look at him? He's wearing thongs and badges, magnets. Look, mate. Donald, you could send a pic in if you have any budgie smugglers. Easy tiger. It is Aussie, isn't it, Defo? Gemma Collins, for fuck's sake. Yeah, she thought celebrities turned on lights. This is Southport after all, isn't it? Don't forget. Oh, hang on. We have more. This is Jackie's Charlie. Isn't she a cutie? Charlie, not Jackie, obviously. Very nice. What a stately cat. Show off your atrocities. I've heard him call a few things in my life, never atrocities. Yes, the very definition of modern celebrity. People used to be famous for being special, now special for being famous. There was that famous bit of, was it Banksy? Stop making stupid people famous. Don't know if you want to call it graffiti or artwork. But yeah, I mean, we are in that place, aren't we, where I am from the days of being before reality TV. I mean, there was some real stuff on TV, but before reality TV as we know it. And that then preceded scripted reality. How can you have scripted reality TV? If it's got a script, it's not real. Bullshit. Bullshit. Don't watch reality TV, it just encourages them. The more you watch it, the more they'll make. Stop it. Famous for being famous, that's it, isn't it? Why are you famous? Because she's a celebrity. But why is she a celebrity? Because she's famous. I know. Just get off the roundabout. Why? What's she done? Of any value? Nothing. Nada. Nish. Nil. Note. Nix. Yes, Jackie. You have a beautiful Charlie. Your Charlies are wonderful. You've got some Banksies at Cromer. It's always interesting. I mean, there was one in the car park at Rumford Street, is it? Not Rumford Road. Rumford Street it'll be. In Liverpool, opposite the Western Approaches. Which is a plane doing an acrobatic loop-de-loop, and it's a heart. Looks lovely. When they just appear from nowhere, I used to walk past it constantly every day and it wasn't there. And the following day it was there. What? They are great, I like his stuff. The only problem is it then spawned things like Sign Missione and people like that, who did some funny things to begin with, and now he believes that 5G gives you whooping cough or something fucking stupid. Not watching At Home with the Rees-Moggs then? No. That was my mum and dad watch Good Morning Britain and whatever that show is on ITV that follows it, Lorraine and all that shit. They were on there today. And hi Jacob, twat. No, can't watch him anyway because he's a copite. Family are all wearing Liverpool shirts. Speaks volumes. Wanker. They're trying to. This is a determined attempt to make him look less evil than he actually is. The same with Cuddly Boris and Nigel. Nigel going into the jungle. The fuckwits, the horrible, the nasty people. Don't try and make them look nice, they're not. This all started with Michael Portillo doing the railway journeys, who does it very well and comes across as a decent fella on that. But when you look at his voting history, he's an absolute twat. You've seen Jackie's Poussey. Who hasn't? Any car park in Northern Ireland, you've been there, you've seen it. There were a couple in Liverpool, all taken off now. Yeah, chiseled into the side of a building. Needs to be taken away in case someone tries to steal it. Vile man. You sent me the Donald video. It's on YouTube. I'll have to open that later on YouTube. Who or what is Sign Missione? Is it Sin Mission? Sign Missione? Sine Missione? It's someone who's stood in the kitchen of a gaff at 6 o'clock in the morning. Lad, what it is, right? The Jews control the media. The people that you need to slap. Stop buying your fun from Colombia. Start thinking. I'm a proper literal thinker, critical thinker. I think these things through. Really. Really. And some of the stuff they done originally was funny. The funniest one was the piss take one that used to be on Instagram. Sign Missione, there was like a budget, a Timu Banksy around Liverpool, doing loads of. Some of the stuff was really good on electric cabinets and on sides of phone boxes and things. And then someone started parodying him, doing spray paints of Drake Ramore from Friends. All piss taken. They were funny. They were really good. Got taken down because of copyright. But yeah, he's gone full on 5G is evil. I am a sovereign citizen and all that stuff. I have a feeling that it might be. Is he Ricky Lambert? Simon Missione, is he Ricky Lambert? Yep. Copite as well. Bastards. When you see his kids, his little lad, when he's about 5 or 6, wearing a full suit, and think, what the fuck? Who makes kids wear suits apart from twats like him? Fucking hate him. One of your favourite clips, Glenda Jackson when Portillo loses his seat. Portillo. Miguel Portillo. Come back the following week with a moustache. Yeah, just ik ben Miguel Portillo. Twat. You have to pay up now, of course. We've seen it, we have to pay. Pay-per-view. You know I've seen him in seen the telephone exchange box things. Who and why? Who is he? Who is he? He is just some lad who was in a gaff at 6 o'clock in the morning. I've got a boss idea, lad. Fucking stencils of the future. Telling you, lad. And then he hasn't got enough people around him, enough good mates saying, you're acting like a tit, stop it. Otherwise you're getting a punch. But lad, no. We did get some decent train TV, thanks that we did. He's a really good presenter and stuff like that as well. The train stuff that he's done, not just the UK, he's been all over the world doing it, hasn't he? Which is good. You never seen Lambert and Missione in the same room. It does make you think, doesn't it? Insert Matt Le Tissier. The GIF. It hasn't piggly dinged yet. Who was the Tory arsehole who pretended to live on benefits for 1 week for a telly programme? Was that Portillo? I know he did, didn't he? He did one of those things when he couldn't believe how bad it was. You know, thousands of people telling you how bad it was on a daily basis. Did you not believe them? But, you know, can you not just sell one of your cars? Don't own a car. Can you not get a second job? I've got a second job and a fifth one and I still can't afford my rent. Why? Because fuckers like you own the houses. All social housing was sold off, which no one can afford to buy them now. Whereas years ago, if you didn't have your money to pay your mortgage, the mortgage company or the banks would repossess it and auction it cheap. Now they're keeping hold of it as stock, and then they're renting them out, and they're telling you can't afford 400 quid a mortgage a month, but you can afford £1,000 rent a month. We know how much money you can afford. Of course you do, because I'm paying you £1,000 a month. 400 quid a month would make it much easier. I'll be able to spend it on other things. We don't want you doing that. We want you part of the precariat. One paycheck away from disaster. That way we take everything back off you, because we are absolute bastards. Up the workers. We're not piggly dinged yet. We've still got 11 minutes yet. Don't be premature, Ali Alio. No piggly ding. What's tonight's top? The blue and amber ring colour it is. Just an Al one. Tokyo Team Laundry thing. But it looks a little bit 1960s Everton, doesn't it? I haven't put a theme one on. There is still a deal on, by the way. Other stuff. On the merchy stuff, the Black Friday thing is on until midnight on Friday. I've got a really nice, I think it's a nice thing anyway, a design, a possible design. I want to find it for you now, because I'm nice like that. Let me know what you think. I'm brilliant, me, aren't I? I make loads of stuff, loads of merch, and none of it at all has got any kind of link to me on it. None of it. That'll do. I was thinking of bringing this one out. Just means peace. I like the look of it. It's got a certain kind of vibe, I think, to that. So I might bring that out. But do I need to put Just Be Sound underneath it? It's got peace written on it, but Just Be Sound. It was Prescott who died last week. 2 jags or 2 jabs. Definitely a petrol blue and petrol amber. So someone said it was fine, it was grand. It's easy to do when you've had a week of it and go back home to your mansion. That's why we need more representation from different parts of the country to look after us. Having people who come through Eton where they are formed into being sociopaths who are only interested in maintaining the good of the 1% in the country is no good for everyone else. Like I say, this isn't difficult. Pay your fair share. The money that comes in, spend on the infrastructure and looking after people. It's as easy as that. Give people more money in their pockets, they'll spend more money. Don't be having the money going offshore. Don't be having it going as shareholder dividends to a very small section of people. Look after the country, man. Ali, you were a premature baby, £4.5. I was £3.11. I don't know if that was in weight or cost. You had your poor staff top on Saturday and a scarf, wandering the side streets looking for a black mare. Yes, I'm trying to get to the next game, which is a week today, isn't it? I think. Is it the 4th? 4th of December. I'm going to try and get to that one. Why no long sleeves? We do have long sleeves. There will be long sleeves, rather. There will be. They are on T-Mill. I just haven't made any yet. I'm going to have to start paying for it, I think, to get some other designs on there. There's loads more opens up to be other bags, caps. I think water bottles are on there as well and all kinds of other stuff. Is it dear a pair latter for the t-shirts? No, just the design. Whatever it is, that's how much it costs. But yeah, so I need some long sleeve stuff. There's a good baseball long sleeve shirt on there. Looks nice. Is it Piggly Ding in Chinese? It should be. It's peace. Peace and Piggly Ding both start with P. Stop koi carping on, just be sound. Don't be coy cowboy. Never saw him in the stands. Not even waving his flag. His Jeff flag. We two definitely need to meet up at a match. 4th will be a mad dash from work. You shouldn't bother and just watch it on Amazon. Save the misery. I do think that. I need to be better than I am at the moment as well, because I've just not been up to doing anything. No energy whatsoever. Long sleeved for winter, of course. There's also jumpers. That'll make a good hoodie, I think, on the front. Koi carp hoodie. We'll do that. We'll make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. Yeah, you sit in the stand from which the main TV cameras are. You wouldn't see him. He'll be underneath where the camera is. You might possibly catch me out the corner of your eye, screaming horrible words to horrible people. Knock off, Dice, prick. Live footy on Prime. Brilliant! We need a brilliant. I'll sort that out. Need a brilliant thing to pop up when things are brilliant. Because things are brilliant, aren't they, in general? Need a Paul Whitehouse fast show brilliant. See what the weather's like. See how I'm feeling. I'm in too deep. On the 4th, I've got a dental appointment in the morning. 8:30 in the morning, so I've got to be there at about 8 o'clock. If I'm going, I'm going to have to take the day off work, I think. We'll see. See how I feel. I've had no energy. I've missed 4 out of 6 days. I've not hit my target for 2,000 steps. 2,000. I could do that in a day just making cups of tea and work. That's how bad it is. I just don't have the energy, so I'm not even bothered. I'm not even looking at it now. Once I'm back to being healthy, I'll go back to having to do at least 2,000. And at some point I'm going to push it up to 3, 4, 5, 6,000. Because I need to. I need to do a lot more exercise. Push through it. Like the animal that I am. You always ask me if I've took a banner with me. There are banners all over the street end. But not me. You will see me, because I will stream from there with my Douwe Egberts. Yes, we will break the internet. The all smidge under 6'2" of me, and rather less of you. Podcasts, range of trainer slippers, live album, The Works. The first 8-mile radius podcast in history. Was it a strategic seating choice? It's a good place to be. My dad was in the upper Bullens, on the halfway line. My last game, well, his last game that I went with him, before lockdown was the 1-1 draw against Man United, March 2020. And it was brilliant. Got talking to Jim Beglin before the game. He knows my dad quite well. Nice fella. Got talking to him. He fancied Everton. I fancy us for a win today. Us. Kept saying us, Everton, even though he's a Red. Top fella. Yeah, lovely, lovely seat. I mean, where we sat. I'm not talking about Jim Beglin's ass. You know what I mean? Suit you, sir. Oh, cheapest seat in the place. Pole to the left of you. Pillar to the right. Here I am. Stuck in the Borlands watching shite. Stuck in the middle. Yeah, stuck in the middle with Blues. Stay at home and live stream the match. Brave, 6'2". Now it's over. It's been peer reviewed now. It's not a smidge under 6'2". It's 6'4". We have an independent witness who's verified this. I'm a biggin. And it was only an issue, by the way. I don't give a shit if people think I'm not as tall as I am. I know how tall I am. If I walk into a room, you go, fuck me, he's tall. The problem with it is, this is a health thing. So on my chart that she was writing, there will be a thing about height and weight. 2 inches makes all the difference when it comes to weight. Is he morbidly obese because we've got his height wrong? And if you think about, if you cut a human being, cut a slice, a 2-inch thick slice of someone through the middle, how much would that weigh? So having 2 inches taken off your height can then mean that your health is wrong. We're going to put you on a diet of alfalfa and dust because this says you're overweight. Well, change to 6'4". Oh, you're right in the middle. You're all right now. Yeah, tell that stupid bastard then I'm not a smidge under 6'2". Half-wit. Bit of Steelers wheel. Jerry Rafferty. What a great voice he had. That's one coming up, I think. That voice. I did a Spotify podcast about that voice. The voices that really just speak to me. Stupid, all voices speak to you, you tit. Well, no, these sing to me, but they speak to me on a different level. I might do that one next. I might. Wee pup is lovely, full of energy. We love little puppies, don't we? More tea for Ali Alio. Have you told you my March 2020 1-1 Man U story? Should have been at that Wembley for the League Cup final beat quarter. Yeah, Baines won an equaliser. Sat in the street end for the quarter final with Mrs. Tom. She got caught in the surge when we scored. Stood with her coat hood in your hand, terrified she'd lost her teeth. What? Say a word. A wonderful Baines goal. Superb goal. Superb. So between the quarter final and Man U, you got married. United, the day after the wedding, and you went. Oh, brave man. Dom scored the winner. Months of frustration, poor Aria. Cathartic celebrations, and then it was ruled out. Yep. That's this primal scream thing is it works, and we know it works because if you go to a footy match for 90 minutes and just let everything go as you walk out, it's lifted. Even if you got beat, you'll still be pissed off, but that major thing that you had in you was gone. You've got rid of it. Your primal screamed it away. Buckets for Ali Alio. Definitely getting kept on your toes, Donald.
Piggly Ding next.
Piggly Ding next. There you go. We have Piggly Dinged. Who was next? Was it Ali Alio again? Then we went into lockdown. We did. That was a weird year, 2020. Because I got my final haircut in January 2020. I haven't been back to hairdressers since. She might think I'm no longer on this planet. Sam, if you're watching, I'm alive. I'll have to go there at some point. But yeah, I haven't had a haircut since. I haven't worn a pair of jeans since February, I think it was, or March. Might have been that game. Sure, we went into lockdown after that. And I've been wearing footy shorts and joggers ever since. And I bought 2 pair of jeans, which are in the wardrobe, not been worn. They're 4 years old. they'll go out of style. They won't. Do you know why? Because one pair is a pair of Lois jeans from the 1980s. So a couple of weeks or a couple of months not going to make a difference, are they? A draft ale, a pint of your finest foaming ale, please, barkeep, for our Steve. Jalovic in the cup semi, Barkley in the cup semi, dominant that game. Goals you celebrated like no other, only to be hurt. Yeah, it's not even worth these days. You never jump up when you score. First thing you do is look at the linesman, look at the referee, and think to yourself, what are they going to do to cause us to lose this goal? You have a friend who plays the saxophone, plays the Jerry Rafferty Baker Street. Very nice. I can't stand the saxophone in sort of pop music or whatever it is. That one I will make an exception for, definitely. And also Madness. It's how you use it. I don't like the tenor saxophone. I think I prefer the alto's the high one, isn't it? Don't like that one. I think the baritone one's much nicer. A much deeper, lower sound is better. Otherwise, I can't be doing with fuckwits with a mullet, soft focus, yacht rock, and someone giving it all a leany back saxophone solo shite. They need a slap. Yeah, Lee Kicks Thompson from Madness does it really well. Madness used the saxophone trumpet combined very well, and he never does the usual sort of Hollywood rock and roll saxophone solo shit. It's always done slightly better. Oh, we're talking about Madness. There they are. Is the Dukey stuck? Oh, hang on. See if this changes. It might do, it might not do. There you go. Yeah, it is now. That's because I had a video, didn't I, on my phone, and it stopped the Dukey playing. I knew it was coming. You had a haircut 21st of March. Locked 23rd. Yeah, lockdown coming 23rd of 3rd, was it? Last cut by Danielle. Barber's closed permanently. Miss you, Danielle. Can't believe it. I want to run to you. Whitney, etc. Yep. Sam at the barber's chair on corner of Fenwick Street and Brunswick Street. Is it? I have to go in there at some point. I haven't had a proper haircut for that long, and I miss it. I don't mind. I'll need to get this done. I was supposed to do it last week, but I don't mind shaving it off. But I like having a proper haircut where you look normal. So hard to play that. I suppose it is if it is, and it isn't if it isn't. Some people just pick up an instrument and take to it immediately. I could never do stuff like that. Saxophone on the Pulp Fiction song wasn't bad. Song was called Comanche. Night Boat to Cairo, brilliant. Also, Walking with Mr. Weeze, which was the B-side of Our House, which is a bit of a strange instrumental song by Madness. The horns, which is not just the saxophone, trumpet and a bit of something else on there, sound brilliant. And saxophones have their place in a brass section. There's a lot of songs where you've got a brass section and it sounds good. What I mean is that, as I say, the mulleted, soft focus, smoke in the background with a wind machine, leaning back, saxophone solo wankers, you know what I mean? Can't stand them. Night Boat to Cairo, which I used to sing at 4 o'clock in the morning as Night Bus to Garston, when you used to get the 82 or the 86 back home, drunk, after being in the Cumberland, Labato, Cavern, wherever my mate was playing that particular night, in his band, who were called the Subterraneans, until he had to stop and become Gluebound. That was the name of the band, by the way. They should have made it, man. You went to the barber with a picture of Cenk Tosun in the window on Friday. Eyebrows done, nose hair trimmed, ears flamed, and a haircut. The full hit. The full Turkish barber experience. With big Cenk on there as well. Did he have his full fringe in a can look, or was it the midweek bald. Did he look like Zidane or did he look like the Fonz? That was his two looks, Jenk. Love the Prince from Madness. It's about Prince Buster. Buster, he stole the heat with the rocksteady beat. No Kenny G. Oh, apart from, has to be said, we've all had those days, haven't we, Steve? A long, hard day at work. You're feeling stressed. The person that you're trying to do the job for has been a dickhead. Won't make a cup of tea or anything. What do you want to do? You want to go home, a nice hot bath, scented candles, a bit of Kenny G on the wireless. Relax. At that point, anything goes. Yeah, Kenny fucking G, man. Nap bus to Garstone. Do. You were doing ballroom and Latin lessons. Bought a pair of shoes for it the week before lockdown. Never worn them. You've got to say that twice, though, at the end of it. Bought a pair of shoes for the week before lockdown. Never worn them. Never worn them. Ah. Can you not, when the weather's a bit better, just put them on and go out in the back garden. Do your own ballroom in the back garden. Just to the birds. Some very, very confused seagulls and pigeons stood there. What the fucking hell is she doing? I think it's the Paso Doble. No, it isn't, Dave. Stop being a dick. Why is there a pigeon called Dave? I don't know. A wheelbarrow of vodka. That would, you know what, that explains a hell of a lot. That if Molly Malone was pushing wheelbarrows full of vodka through the streets of Dublin. Another good saxophone is the lad in a Newcastle shirt in Sam Fender's band. I would never watch anything by Sam Fender for a couple of reasons. One, he's from Newcastle. Two, he's got long hair, that's unnecessary. Three, he's a YouTube sensation, is he, or a TikTok sensation? Nah, sorry, not having it. Come up the right way. No viral shite. Now, I've not heard of stuff, to be honest. And also he was in the Eurovision, and nothing good comes from Eurovision. And I will include ABBA with that. I've had some, not proper arguments, but I've had people very disappointed with me when I say I can't stand ABBA. Why don't you like them? Because they're fucking shit, that's why. No, they're not. They're very popular. Hitler was fucking popular. Means nothing. Mr. Blobby was number one in the charts. Get home, your man's got cake. Nil satis nisi optimum. Not that particular Latin. Otherwise you'd be falling over all over the place, wouldn't you? Falling over all over the place. What a shit, I can't even speak English. Bucket of Murphy's Red. Bucket. Are we serving that Ukrainian vodka? Everton's new premium vodka partner. Have we got a premium vodka partner? Fender, the Geordie rider. He was on Eurovision, wasn't he? Wasn't it a couple of years ago? Or is that someone else I'm thinking of? Oh no. Ah, it's not, is it? Sam Fender is the other one, isn't he? Sam Ryder. Yeah, mixed up. Sam Fender. Oh, no, I don't like him anyway. He's a Geordie prick. Apologies to all my Geordie mates, but they're not all Geordie pricks. He is. There's a huge difference, by the way, if anyone was watching this from Newcastle. I know loads of good Geordies, real good Geordies. I know loads of Geordie pricks as well. You'll know if you're one of them. You'll know one of them. Your family will be one of them, Geordie pricks. You know, the people who punch fucking horses. The ones whose entire wardrobe is, shall I wear the black and white striped one today or the white and black striped one today? The ones who you can't have a conversation about anything without it being about football. Who don't understand that to be a big club you have to win things, not have a big stadium with no other clubs around you. Know what I mean? Yeah, sorry. Sam Ryder, no, off. He's not a Geordie either, is he? Sam Fender. I seen him do a BBC 4 documentary. What was it about? Was it about Alan Hull from Lindisfarne? Was he on there? I think he might have been, you know. If you've not seen that, it's a really good documentary. I always sort of dismissed Lindisfarne as being this folky shite, and they weren't. He was a really good songwriter, Alan Hull. They were a good band. Sam Fender, not Sam whoever. You know what I mean? Sam's are Sams, aren't they? I've only ever known one good Sam, and his name wasn't even Sam, it was Simon, but we called him Sam. No idea why. He used to live next door to Simon O'Brien from Brookside. Don't know why I told you that. They've got a premium vodka partner, because that's what we need, don't we? Bit of cha-ching coming in, bit of Dwayne Eddies. One of a welly of vodka. I'm not surprised after a full day's work. Players doing shots before the match. Well, the good team of the mid-80s used to, didn't he? as Reedy would tell you, if you're feeling a bit stressed or anxious before the game, can we have a little bit of team spirit? And then the brandy or whiskey be passed round. Everyone a nice double before they went out. The Geordies, they've won fuck all. I know, it's mad. We're a massive club, you never won anything. And there's no clubs around you. There's only Sunderland 7 miles to the south, followed by Middlesbrough 40 miles to the south. Fucking Hartlepool, Darlington, Barrow or Carlisle to the west. There's nothing there. Whereas we've got Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and then likes of Bolton, Blackburn, Preston, Blackpool, Oldham, Rochdale, all these Stockport, all these teams around, and we've all got decent fans following us. To live in the shadow of Liverpool and then live 30 miles away from Man United and Man City and still sell out every game shows you how big a club Everton are. Wankers. You've got a big stadium and there's nothing else to do in Newcastle apart from football, drinking and fighting. And you can't do that all day long, can you? Cheer up, Kevin Keegan. The fans need a vodka. It should be free to Everton fans. Talking about this, yesterday was it? The oldest man in the world died in Southport, 112 years of age. He was a Liverpool fan. Of course he was. No Evertonian will ever make it that far. These bastards will kill us off before we even get close to that. So Gaza for Everton, 4-1 against Leyton Orient. He rolled back the years. He did. He absolutely. We were one of, I think it was me, pay on the door. I got through. Jelly, my mate behind me, got through, and then the lad behind him got through, and the doors got locked. We all got in, and we were in the main stand for that game. He was superb, but it was against Leyton Orient. But watching him, you could see if he could stay fully fit, stay off the ale, and stay out of the company of Jimmy Five Bellies, he'd be sound. But he can't, and he didn't. So it wasn't. So it was. Swirling Outcrop on Twitch. Best viewers on. Yes, I will follow that link, definitely. 100%. Thank you for that. And to the other 5,998 over on Twitch. That's Swirling Outcrop, Mandy, and the other 5,998. Hello. There's no one watching on Twitch. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sorry. Just had a notification come up on my phone from The Guardian. Mohammed Al-Fayed might have abused and R-worded more than 111 women. What an absolute thoroughbred bastard. One's bad enough. 111. Jesus Christ. When did he have the time? Ah, well, may he rot in Hull. Other week he played with veterans from Ajax against Real Madrid. Great to see all the icons again. Pity Cruyff couldn't experience it. Yeah. Clarence Seedorf, I will have imagined, would have been the best player on the park as always. Whenever they have that charity match on ITV, Soccer Aid, he is always the best player on the pitch. Easy. Still looks fit, still looks quality. What a player, and always a big smile on his face. The weather must be an absolute destroyer for you, Steve-O. I always feel sorry for people on who that kind of thing is dependent, whether you work or not. The self-employed where you can't control what you do. If the weather's bad, you can't work, you don't get paid. My dad, driving instructor, if the weather's really bad, you can't be taking learner drivers out in snow and ice. It's unfair on them and also it's dangerous. So he doesn't get paid. Builders, brickies, workers. It's horrible. No bother for me, I can just sit here at my desk, turn the heating up and get on with it. But I always think if it's a bad day, there are people out there who are struggling. Always keep them in your thoughts, man. And if you can help someone else, help them. If they can't turn up to your house to do a job, don't get pissy with them. Just take into account what the weather's like and what things are going on. Know what I mean? Seedorf played for you first half, second half played for Real Madrid. Turncoat and bastard. Always hated him. Turncoat. Orient was the last game you went to with your dad. Ran round to the main stand with the pay on the gate. Just got in. Exactly. You must have been either behind us or next to us. We had to run round the same thing. Full. Signs came up. Try the main stand. Nobody goes in there. Just got in. And Orient played with in a red and white checkerboard kit that day. Or have I completely forgotten? Have I just mixed it with Croatia? I just remember him running through midfield for one of his goals. Amazing. And then, like typical Evertonians, he's the best in the world, and then someone going, lad, it's fucking Orient. True. Yeah, good point. See if he does it next week against whoever it was next week. He won't like it because he's shite. I'll need to dishwasher tablet me thermos later. I done my red one yesterday, so that one has to be done tonight. Oh, it's got to be two ready. And you know why? Because I'm worth it. And you have to want anything. I'm hungry. I've got 2 goo left in the fridge. I might have them. But no actual food after me toasted tea cakes this morning, that's it. Not good, is it? I need protein. I'll have to go tomorrow. I'll have to go. I've also got my phone call with one of the big bosses tomorrow about potentially working from home full time. So I'll have to prep for that. Make sure I'm sorted. Do me cup of tea. Make sure I'm looking my best. Pringles to go with your Murphys. Bit of home cocktail, salt and vinegar. Very sour and chilli. Teddy salted seems to be going very well. We like the Pringles. A checkerboard kit like Croatia, so I didn't just make that up out of me. Yes, I'm sure they were, yeah. Checkerboard kit. And it was a sunny day. Very, very sunny day. Have I figured out the ninja yet? I am the ninja. I am the ninja. Mandy, why didn't you go back to the dancing once lockdown was unsmudged? Has watching Chris McCausland made you think about going back to do it? Are you going to take up the clog again, wherever it is? I don't know. No idea what they say. Like with football, I'm going to hang up my boots. Hang up my boots. Do you hang up your shoes? Do you pick up the clogs to go back? And I don't know. Hugs are always welcome, definitely. A feed of pub sausages would be great too. I haven't had a good sausage in years. I mean, a proper bought from the butcher, not made out of sawdust and pig tits kind of stuff. You know, proper decent one. I had one of them for ages. A lot of that food has gone out of my diet. I think I need to drop a few pounds as well to make me feel happier. Bit of matron. Matron. He never actually said matron, did he? Kenneth Williams did. But he didn't. And yet that was that the name of his book, Frankie Howard, matron? At which point he had to explain. I never actually said it on film or in a TV programme, but everyone connects me to it. I love it. I love stuff like that. You were going with your sister, she did an knee in. during lockdown, how was this like trying to tango at home single-handedly? How was she now? Was she alright? Get her to go back. Good exercise, that dancing. Ever see me dancing? You know, really dancing. Hot dog. I could snarl a hot dog. I really could. Hatting down the batches. Had wild boar sausages recently. Were they done by Duran Duran? Wild boar. They were lovely. I haven't had one of them. I might try that. Boar, of course, is just pig, isn't it? But I suppose it'd be like mutton or something, won't it? Be more a deeper flavour. Would that be right? Would the boar be a bit more, not gamey, but a bit more of a deep flavour? Stay safe, Esther. Stay safe. Were you any good, Mandy? Were you any good? Come on, let us know. Would you win strictly? Are you a shining light? Or are you a hoofer? A hoofer or a clogger? Where are you? Go on. Did you sashay onto the dance floor? Or were you murder on the dance floor? Shit, shouldn't use that word, should I? Mind you, bollocks to it. There's been too many bad words in this anyway. Fog warning starts soon, apparently. Watch out, watch out. Wherever you are. Fog warning, where's it for? For the East Midlands, London and South East England, North West England, South West England, Wales and West Midlands. Pretty much all of England apart from the North East and then Scotland. And all of Wales is there as well, yeah. Don't look foggy to me. If it is though in the morning, I'll let you know. I'd love that. That'd be great. You like a bit of fog, listening to the ships on the Mersey tooting. It is good, I like that as well. It always looks good. Fog hovering above water or grass always looks good as well. I've not managed to get a decent picture yet, but I will do at some point. That the other day looked lovely. Just as a big farmer's field, which has got, I don't know, don't think there's anything really good planted in there, but it's not a lawn either. So it looks sort of wildish. A little bit of mist coming up off it. The sun coming up over the horizon, which is, there's nothing out there. It's lovely. But I couldn't get a picture of it because the phone was pointing forward. I couldn't turn it around to look to the right. So of course today, when I went, there was cloud. Because they're bastards that way. Didn't do it for very long, but you're okay for a beginner. Well, just get back into it then. It's like riding a bike, only completely differently. Fog everywhere, but not in the northeast. Fog on the Tyne, myth, busted. Fog on the Tyne, my baboon's arse. The sound when it's foggy is great. The sound of when it's foggy and you hear the waves crashing and you hear sort of the bells on buoys in the middle of the ocean and the sound of foghorns far away. That's the sound I like. Very cinematic. We don't get it here, but it'd be nice to have that. Because the water doesn't come in. Ships don't come in where I am. You can see them on the horizon heading towards Liverpool and whatever, but we don't get them in, unfortunately. Fog is very atmospheric. It is fantastic. No Kirsty this evening. Cats have got a charges. Or Andrea is visiting to give her just a second cornetto. When you were a kid, you could hear a foghorn at Cromer Lighthouse when it was foggy and you lived 3 miles away. BBC 4, I miss so bad. There was a fantastic documentary about the lighthouses and foghorns around the country. Every foghorn has its own sound, whether it's its own pitch, tone, or way of producing it, and it showed you how they make it. And there's like some of them, there's a pump miles up the cliffs, and this tubing comes down to a massive horn pointing forwards, and then to get it working it takes about 5 fellas and a 6 gallon of diesel. Mad, but it was really fascinating. Just thought it was someone pressing a button, it went but it's not. There's all kinds of stuff involved. That must be such a great sound as well, that mate. Really must be. You seen it? How good was it? Some of the best things I've ever seen have been on BBC 4, and they've been stupid. or I'm not watching this, it's stupid. 2 hours later, that was fantastic. Foghorns, the fungi one, the year in the life of a tree. Just, you never watch it, and then all of a sudden I'm watching it thinking, this is brilliant. Make this every single day and I'll watch it all the time. Delicious ice cream from Italy. To keep you have to send emojis on Twitch, but they're not working. You may have pushed buttons. They are showing up on the Twitch chat, but maybe not on the screen. I don't know. I might have to do something in the settings. I'll look into that for you. Its taste is just supreme. I think I might have a cornetto or two left in the freezer, in the back, right in the back. You know, with all the ice and the one fish finger and a lion, a witch and a wardrobe, all that kind of stuff. If I find it, iPlayer or YouTube, or otherwise link you up. What the Foghorns, I will look for it. It was absolutely superb. I've said this before, and I don't know, the mundane, museums of the mundane, like the Lawnmower Museum. There's a museum for, what the fuck was it I was talking about the other week? Thimbles. There's a thimble museum somewhere. Stuff like that. Just the little silliness about British life. Foghorns. Go around the world. Where are they? Well, it's just an electronic thing. We press a button and it goes, meh. What about you? Well, there's all this tubing that goes 7 miles up there. And then there's 4 fellas and they all have to be called Dave. And then it gets pumped up and we have to set fire to a virgin. And then this comes on and it goes for about 20 seconds. And then they crash onto the rocks anyway. And then we write songs about it. And everyone wears cable knit Aran jumpers. And then we drink lots of whiskey and sleep with our cousins. You know, it's proper English style. I'd love to have a go at that. Oh, we have seen a massive wave breaking on the lighthouse with the fella standing at the door. If you've not seen it, check that one out. It is, my arse would go. They must be used to living in places like that, but yeah, that was a scary pic, that. Was that Portugal? Nazar, is it? Nazar. The one with the biggest waves, the biggest surfable waves in the world. Scary, man. Hammer the Twitch on Sunday to get back up the rankings, you might have to. Our Mandy has been very chatty, along with the other 5,999 people on Twitch. There's nobody watching on Twitch. Cable knit Aran jumpers. Bring them back. I can imagine Icelandic and Norwegian footballers wearing them, lounging around the house with their part-time model wives and their massive dogs. Everyone's got a shepherd. Timu Pukki would wear a cable knit Aran jumper to go into training without even batting an eyelid. Lads going in with their Armani exchange stuff. What are you wearing there, Timu, lad? No wonder you called Timu. Fucking Timu off the Timu. My nan made me this. It is fucking roasting. Doesn't even talk like that, but you know what I mean. Best lighthouse was round the twist. Strange things happened. There's a boss tune as well, hadn't it? Have you ever felt like this? The whisper about there being no one on Twitch makes you cackle every time. I'm practicing to be a 2 o'clock in the morning radio DJ on local radio. This is a song going out to all the truckers out there. Keep on trucking. There's nobody listening. Nazareth, you've been there. Very windy. Very, very windy.
Next.
Yeah, got that. Well, she can stay on. Ali, you're staying on for the last few minutes. No problem. I'd love to go there. I want to go to Portugal. My mum and dad have been going for the last 20 odd years. They love the Algarve. But I'd like to go there and then travel up to Nazaré. Was it Najara? The Portuguese is weird. Brazilian Portuguese is exceptionally weird. There's no such player as Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho, by the way. Aran jumpers are made near you, doll. Send us 27 of them. You don't need 27, you only need one. It lasts a lifetime and it's fucking roasting. Pookie was born in Aran knit. He was. Definitely, and fully bearded when he come out as well. Watched an episode of Omnibus on YouTube the other day, all about the breakthrough of Reeves and Mortimer. Oh man, link. Omnibus, what a great show that used to be. Can almost see the Aran Islands. Well, you could do if it wasn't foggy and there wasn't 900-foot waves out there. Must be lovely. Yeah, have you ever felt like this? When strange things happen, are you going round the twist? Yeah, staying on for the next few minutes. Time for Beto to get on and score a last-minute header into the back post. 27, it cost a few grand. I can imagine they don't come cheap, especially if you want to then mix and match with the full Harris tweed as well. I need to win the lottery just to wear the kind of clothing that I want to. I mean, fucking tweed. This again goes back to the Tony Campari conversation. When the whole of the country was wearing, do you remember those short sleeve hoodies that people used to wear? Some of them were tie-dyed, some of them were like sort of cow print. Everyone was wearing them. A pair of Joe Bloggs baggy jeans and desert boots, dummy in the mouth, glow stick, shouting acid. In Liverpool, all the lads had longer hair, like they were hippie hair, wearing tweed jackets, the dad's tweed jackets, listening to Pink Floyd, rolling up on the back of an album cover. Everyone was into prog. It's like, I know house music was definitely happening because the state was massive, and I think Cumberland used to have dance nights. Labato might have done as well. And of course Cream kicked off, and then you had the Quad. But everyone for that sort of late 80s-ish time into the early 90s, everyone was into prog. It was mad. Loved it. What's Aran? It's an island where they famous for making clothes, making jumpers, very thick, chunky jumpers. It's a style. An Aran jumper is a style of jumper, sweater. They have lots of very, very hardy sheep, so the clothing that they make keeps you warm. Man, perhaps can you knit some Aran? Former players in politics. Rule Fox as Chancellor. I think you do well. Chris Sutton as Home Secretary. It'd have to be Home Secretary. It couldn't be Foreign Secretary. We'd be at war every 5 minutes. Mind you, even as Home Secretary, Rangers fans would be on the kick-off every 5 minutes. Never tried, to be honest. Well, there you go. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, try making an Aran jumper. The Aran Islands, the 3 islands off the west coast of Ireland, they are lovely. But the clothing that comes from there is, I would say, world famous. Is it a heritage thing, the same as Harris tweed? You can only get Aran from Aran. Something when you finish pratchetting around. Yeah, I like a pratchetting, I like that. Gone back to your dancing. You ever see me dancing? You know, really dancing. Mandy's Aran knits. A petrol blue Aran jumper. Be fantastic. And then a petrol blue keffiyeh, whatever you pronounce it. So you can look sort of new romantic at the match. Still no fog, no ice. Oh, bollocks, there's ice. I'm going to have to get up early in the morning then, aren't I? Bollocks. No, I don't have to get up early. I get up at the normal time, leave the house about 5 minutes earlier to get rid of all the shite. A red and white Aran jumper for Esther. I would think the pattern would be white along the sides and red down the middle. Aran meets Ajax. You only jazz knit in teeny sizes, you do? Jazz knitting. The design on an Aran jumper was unique to each family, to every family on the Aran Islands, like an identity, in case someone ran. I didn't realise that's what it was for. Oh, is that what it is? Bloody hell. So when you drag them out, we can tell by his jumper where he came from. Wow, that's mad. Isn't that fantastic? Not people drowning, obviously, but what a great thought. And then to continue that as well would be a lovely thing to do. Oh, what's boss? I love stuff like that. There's an actual history to it. There's a reason behind it. Chris Sutton lives 2 miles up the road. He's an arsehole. claim to fame was that you hit him in the box with a cricket ball and he had to retire hurt because he couldn't stop the bleeding. Oh, solidarity, brother, solidarity. He is an absolute tit. What's his name? Josh Thingy, Prince Charles and the Crown, had an Aaron knit jumper on Graham Norton. A circle had been cut, like the build by Moorfields, and the disc rotated and stitched back in. That building by Moorfields was amazing. Just walking past it, no matter how many times I walked past it to get into the station, looked over and went, what the fucking hell? And the fact that it was next to the blob shop, people coming out of there wasted, looking at it going, oh lad, I'm getting off the ale here, it's mad. Put your windscreen cover on when you get home from work. I finished at 7, made myself a cup of tea and had a shower to get ready for this, and then forgot to go and put my cover on. I might have to go out, start the car, clean the ice, and then put the cover over it, because I don't want to be doing it in the morning. I don't mind doing it now, not doing it in the morning. That's a whole heap of bullshit now. Thomas is only teeny. He's a smidge under 6'2", just a smidge. Yeah, never knew that. An amazing thing, that. Yeah, like today's tattoos to identify a person. Is that the reason why a lot of sailors have tattoos? Not just to remember where they came from and where they've been to on their journey, but also you can tell someone by the tats. Yes, the enormous respect we have for Steve already has gone up further. We hate Sutton, we do. He is the most miserable bastard on earth as well. He's the one that say, what's up with you? Oh, Saturday, I won the pools, £4 million. Sunday, I got a letter come through the post. An uncle had died and left me £5 million. Monday, I won 50 grand on the horses. Tuesday, £100 million I won on Euro Millions. Wednesday, fuck all, I'm gutted. No, he's that kind of fella, isn't he? Is the glass half full or half empty? I fucking hate glass. Dark cloud, that's what he is. You have no tattoos, you'll be unidentifiable. They'll be able to tell who you are by your aura, by your chi. Yeah, I do like that idea as well. Wasn't even playing cricket. He was in the pub. He had a ball with me and thought, right, bollocks to this. I'm taking Sutton down. Taking him down to Chinatown. It speaks volumes about someone where they played for your team and you still fucking hate them. Says a lot about their personality, doesn't it? They used to wear footwear called pamputis made of sealskin on the Aran Islands. What? Again, all this kind of stuff. The tradition behind things and the reason behind things, I absolutely love it. There's got to be reasons behind things. Or if there is, it's better. Why have you got that? Why have you got that tattoo? Why is he jumping that way? Sealskin stuff, the Aran Islands. I like all the stuff about the Inuit, all the traditions they've got, or what are they? The people in Lapland. There's what are they called, man? It's not Sunni, is it? What are they? They're the people going mad in the Middle East, aren't they? I always like the fact that the Shia have got the Sunnis next to them, so the Sunni and Shia. I got you, babe. What are they called? Sani, is it? Sami. That's it, the Sami indigenous people of Lapland, Norway and Sweden. Them, the Inuit, all the people from the very far north, and why the little kids got sealskin over, whatever they call them, all-in-one suits. They have to get sewn into them so their hands don't go freezing. Mad. Esther, no tats, you be Jane Doe. Ali, no tats. Morning, Jackie. When his boy played local footy, under 12s, he went on the pitch and had a right go with the ref. I can imagine the locals lost respect. He should know better than anyone. As a professional. Well, it's difficult to respect the referee at times, but if you're an adult and it's a kids' game, show some respect and also show some leadership. Knobhead. Esther and Ellie, do not drown together. Again, doesn't take much. The sense of community you appear to have in your area, values, it's all about values, and one of those values is don't put up with shit from footballers. Ali, we will know you by the 4,000 or 49,499 scarves about you. Almost a band name. And we will know you by the trail of DEAD. Good band. I'm itching for another tattoo, to be honest with you. I like that one. I like the meaning behind it. And that one. There's a type of boat called a Galway hooker. It's a sailing boat. There's different sizes, ranging from 16 foot to about 45 to 50 foot. They have red sails. Ooh. The Galway hooker sounds very much like a song, doesn't it? I can imagine that being a proper Irish sea shanty song. Definitely a new matron. The Galway hooker. Hooker, of course, also being a position in rugby. Did Carlos boys come back to it? No. Bastards. They're going to win everything this year, aren't they? And they're not even that good. It's a whole heap of bullshit, man. Who else played tonight? Borough were playing, weren't they? The Borough. Did it. Monaco against Benfica seems to be that's a very European game, that, isn't it? I can imagine there's lots of pastel coloured jumpers with thrown over the shoulder, you know what I mean? Oh, PSV won. Good thing. But it got beat. Oh, man. What are they playing at? Wankers. Is there anything on? Was there any other games on tonight? Did Southport play? No. Southport got beat again, didn't he? Cares and Ashton. I've been here for 33 and a half years. Yeah, 33 and a half years. I only live just down the road from Southport's ground. I've never been. Never, ever. Connor, how you doing, bud? What time am I on till? About to finish up, mate. I've been on since 8. Shatters. Our neighbours versus City next. Poor Pep moaning about having injuries. Well, when you've got a squad as big as you have, full of players who cost as much as you have, stop moaning, mate. If our defensive midfielder gets injured, we have no others to go in. If our goalkeeper gets injured, we've got no real others to go in. You know what I mean? If the right back or left back gets injured, we've got no cover. Well, we have, but we haven't. There probably is a song about the hooker, the Galway hooker. There will be. Many a Galway hooker. Plus, you don't play Champions League, so you always play on a Thursday. That used to be a chant aimed at people who are not quite as good as the elite. Liverpool fans used to love it. Channel 5 on Thursday night. Oh, all right, we're in the Europa League, you're not. And then they weren't in the Champions League anymore either, and then loved playing in Europe on Thursdays. Pep is finished. Poor Pep. He's got no hair to fall out though, has he? Appears to have cracked under the strain. Not much of a fan of football, Donald. I don't blame you, man. Rodri is such a good player. How he can't get into that Welsh team, I do not know. Ballon d'Or, and he can't get a game for Wales. It's bang out of order. What a player he is, though. And he started off as a centre half. Until someone went, do you know what? Just play him defensive midfielder. He's like the player Sergio Busquets could have been. Rodri is the best of the Beatles, isn't he? Pickford's out. João Virginia in goal, yes. Oh, not a bad keeper, but it's such a massive step down. United v Everton on Sunday, can't wait for that one. Another 600-0 defeat for Everton. One player missing shouldn't make that much difference. There's a good few missing in the City team at the moment, isn't there? Lots of first choices, but he's got about 3 teams of first choice players, so you can't moan about it. Morning, Jerky. Louise, you've woken up in time for the dancing. You missed yourself earlier. You've been on screen. You looked fab in your hats, you did. Fantastic. Ochavar. We'll be alright with Jimmy G. We will. James Garner back. Could be the next Ian Snowden, converted to a brilliant right back. Just hope he doesn't have the same injury problems. Al Zixi. You play Real Sociedad Mañana. Who are United playing tomorrow? Shall we have a look? Shall we have a look? Let's have a look in Cook Book. Let's have a look. The classified results. Oh, FC Twente are playing against Union Saint-Gallen. That'll be, won't it? United playing tomorrow, are they? Not on the list here, you know. Anderlecht are playing Porto. That's another proper full-on European game, that one. I know the All-Arcs were all in Europe, but Anderlecht Porto just reeks of Europe, doesn't it? Oh, United, sorry, Bodo Glimt. You're playing at 8 o'clock, aren't you? Man United versus Bodo Glimt, which is Norwegian, I think, aren't they? Mr. Country Roads, take me home, João, Virginia, chant. Yeah, Louise, very, very classy hats, has to be said. It was a step up, he says, wearing a Indiana Jones hat. The hat game has been raised. I raise my hat to you. Chapeau. Chapeau. Scarves as well. We're accepting scarves. We can't trust Ali one bit because she's constantly got her face covered. Keep an eye on her. Is that match on TV? I would think on British TV at least it will be on. United are playing. Tottenham are playing Roma. That'll be on as well. Probably ITV, so if you can get any of them. Have you got anyone else playing tomorrow? Rangers are playing at Nice. You might get that in Ireland as well, mightn't you? But I think, yeah, probably you will get Man United, won't you? I would think United will be shown in Ireland, if not somewhere. It'll be on somewhere. If you've got the ITV player and a VPN, if you can't get it from Ireland, get the VPN, get the ITV player on there, you'll be able to see it. It's on Discovery. How do you discover that, Steve? Oh, hang on.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Our first very poor indeed of the day. Let's get that one in there. Yeah, it'll be going soon, we are. Looking good, Lulu. Definitely. Rocking the hat. I need more hats. We all need more hats. Get them sent in. Shamrock Rovers playing tomorrow. Would that be in Europe? Are they in the Conference League? Yes, they are. They are playing against Rapid Vienna. And all good teams beat Rapid Vienna. Especially in finals in Rotterdam. Just saying. Away at Rapid Vienna. Or Rapid Wien, to give them the real name. Oh, Chelsea are playing as well, then, aren't they? Oh, that might be on the telly. Heidenheim. That doesn't even sound like a proper team, that does it? I wonder if they come out to ding, ding, ding. Heidenheim. Hello, campers. Hello, Chelsea. I wonder if they play against Mould. Would it be Heidenheim, Mouldy Mould? TNS are playing tomorrow as well. In North Wales. The New Saints. Total Network Solution, as they used to be called. Playing Djurgardens. So watch out for the traffic, man. There might be loads around North Wales. Ali the bandit with her face covered. She looked very, very bandito. If you like great names for football clubs, you have to check the Highland Leagues in Scotland. Forest Mechanics against Bonnie Rig Rovers. And things like that. Some amazing team names up there. They're fantastic. You can end it now if you want to. I hope you mean the stream, not just me in general, Connor. You've been to the Rapid Vienna Stadium. It's not mundane. Rapid Vienna, man. The Airbus still have a team. I think they do, don't they? I do like watching on S4C some of the live Scorio games. Airbus against Conwy and game, or amazing games. They are absolute shite. They are Sunday League, but it's good to watch. Support them, man. 30 Airbus, giving it the bigger in the town end seats. There has to be a half man, half biscuit element to these streams as well. We fucking love them, we does. Fucking love them. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to clean the screen, if you know what I mean. Because it's ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh, what a night. Aberystwyth Town are awful this year. My mate used to play for them. He went to uni in Aberystwyth. Big centre half. He now runs a bar about half a mile in that direction. I haven't been in to see him. I'll have to go in and have a coffee if they sell it. No alcohol, obviously. Good lad. Portovino in Southport, if you ever... Well, you wouldn't be because it's miles out of the town. It's about 2 miles away from the front, but it's sound. What was his name? Stephen Dwyer. Or Beefy, as people know him. Big, 6'5", smidge under 6'5", centre half. Good lad. Good lad, as Harry Redknapp said to him. And he's probably... Is he late 40s now? Mid to late 40s? Something like that anyway. He was asking me about the chocolate shop in Southport. Another time, another place, another planet. No worries. Night all, Louise. Get back to your sleep. And morning, Jackie. Right, get your dancing shoes on. Mandy, get your actual dancing shoes on. No pissing around now. Get them on. Here we go, go, go. And that's that.